time's a charm, right? Anyways, this video is a redo of my previous video where I pretty much made a tier list of IDs that I thought could have used rework, essentially. The thing about that video is, not only was it poorly worded, but it was also poorly edited because a lot of the stuff I said I skipped over. Not only because I thought it was cinematic per se and a bit artsy, but because I was insecure about what I said in that video, or I thought that the things I said in those bits were like kind of unnecessary. So I thought, hey, people won't really care or notice. Turns out people did care and notice. They cared a lot, actually. So before that video picked up too much traction and laminated me for the second time, I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna just redo it and take down the previous video. So that's where we got this video going on. This time I've got a guest who's generously more knowledgeable on all things PM and the game itself, so that should definitely help. But even with that in mind, we're still both pretty opinionated on some certain things, and we're both not like completely knowledgeable on everything. So like, even though he's more knowledgeable than me, there are some gaps in his knowledge and gaps in my knowledge that some people may like, some people may dislike. So if you really like things being very factual, I advise you turn back now. And if you also don't like the idea of us just cooking relentlessly for the next, 4 or so hours, I would also say to turn back as well, because this stuff is going to be very, very opinionated. We're going to have some certain choice words for some IDs, some certain favorable words for other IDs. We might just get some IDs wrong completely because we haven't used them, or we don't remember what they do, or we don't care what they do because we have other IDs that we use over them. If you can't handle stuff like that, again, turn back. But yeah, with that aside, there's also 2 more things I want to mention. Number 1, well, I guess number 3 in this case. Number 3, this is a video around the Great Balance Patch, which is again something that people did not like in my previous videos. The Great Balance Patch is not an actual patch that's coming out from Project Moon. I know that because it's a joke. It's a made-up patch that I wish would come, because I would rather see Project Moon come out and rebalance everything in the game rather than adding uptype 5 to everything, or just power creeping older IDs, which is both things I'm not a big fan of, personally. I know some people don't care more than others, but I'm someone who kind of cares a bit more. So I thought, hey, the Great Balance Patch would be a really cool idea that I can mess around with, even though it's not really real. And one last thing, no, I do not think 4 stars should be in the game. Yes, I'm still hung up on that entire idea because I butt-touched myself on the editing there. No, I don't think it should be I don't think it should be a thing, but I think it's more likely than the Great Balance Patch. Anyways, the video should be starting about right here. Sorry, and enjoy.
And
I just realized,
yeah, I completely. Huh?
I had Discord muted.
I'm shooting myself.
I'm shooting myself 3 times. Oh dear heavens. Well, at least
now the viewers are gonna have to guess who I am. I refuse to do another intro.
No. Could you like do a Ryoshu type of intro? We do like just the first syllable of each word.
You know, IYB let's see, LBC IFG. Oh no, IFMG. There we go.
IFMG.
Or what the fuck? I messed it up. IMFG. There it is. IMFG.
I'm having a great time with this in post. That's for sure.
IMFG. But yeah, no. My name is Icy McSpicy. I enjoy myself some Project Moon games, and I am looking forward to having a good time ranking these IDs based on how well-rounded they are and if they need a change or something. First of all, gonna just all cards on the table, address the elephant in the room, sloshing Ishmael, put her in needs a nerf. Too strong, too much of a good
idea.
Actually, the best idea in the goddamn game.
Where is
You know, I think out of all these IDs, I think the most interesting one, in my opinion, in terms of like talks about buffs, nerfs, if it's good or not, is Lantern Yusong, because when it dropped, everyone was kind of like scratching their head, going like, "What the hell's the point of this thing?" And then you look at it, and it does kind of seem like it's ass at first glance. Then you start using it, and you're like, "Man, this ID wins even when it loses." What a great ID! You just kind of turn your head off, and it just puts work in. You don't really know why, but it works out.
this pops off. Before we get straight to Lantern, let's just do the perfect IDs. Oh, actually, wow, I'm a bit silly. I forgot to explain the tier list tiers again.
True.
So, at the very bottom, we have the perfect IDs. IDs that are essentially, they're the pinnacle of what ID design should be. They have a nice niche, or they fit well into their archetypes, they support their syndicates, or something like that. Or better yet, they have just really intuitive designs that are really fun to play around and really fun to build into. Just above that are good enough. IDs that are generally, maybe not perfect, but they definitely do their job pretty well. Right above that are maybe not IDs that are kind of in between needing a buff and maybe like they're in between fine and needing a buff, essentially. Right above that are could use a number buff, pretty much IDs that, you know, they really need that number buff. Maybe they're older IDs, then they roll a 13 out of skill 2 for whatever reason. So bumping that from a 13 to an 18, not 18, to a 16 would be really nice. Bring them much more in line. Right above that is could use rework. IDs that are just tattered piles of dung that need to be hit with a rework stick. And right above that is needs a nerf. And we already know who's in there. Off cost sloshing.
Oh yeah, broken.
Yeah.
That shit's too strong.
It's crazy.
Every team can use it.
Okay, let's just adjust the elephants in the room. The IDs that need a nerf. All jokes aside, Malfaust.
Yeah.
Change that Taiju
Malfaust.
Starblade from 10 requirement to 15 or 20 even, and we're good. That's all she needs. And sloshing, in my last video, when I said, oh yeah, sloshing, she could use a rework, there were people disagreeing with me. Well, there was someone disagreeing with me. I have not read the comment since.
That is a strange disagree. I'd love to figure out what they had to say about that. That's a weird one.
They pretty much brought up the point of like in teams with Ishmael, she's supposed to lose clashes to like prop rupture, and it's like, yeah, but that's not really a fun way to play.
No, hear me out, right? Hear me out. Cool. Let's imagine that is the case. That both statements could still be true. Like, she could definitely still be an ID that needs to lose clashes to have the mechanic come out, but there needs to be more put into her kit. You know, she could just not be there, and it would just be the same game, like regardless of how you're playing it. She's not special. She's not an interesting ID. There's nothing useful about it.
Yeah.
So like, might as well rework it to make it useful. If you want it to be a losing ID, then go ahead, but add some spice to it that makes the losing portion of her losing her clashes worth losing.
Yeah. It also doesn't help that like she's still a Trubsure ID from when they're trying to make that work very briefly. So like, instead of being pretty good on Rupture or Tremor or bridging the bridge, she kind of just like breaks both sides and just throws the pieces into your face.
I might be a bit outdated in my thoughts on these IDs, because it has been a while since I've used them. I will say that.
That's fine. No matter what you say, people are gonna disagree or agree. If you say he's bad, people are like, no! Sinclair is the best boy!
Best ID in the goddamn game. I solo all content with this guy.
Aisho Faust? No. Sinclair. But yeah, like from what I saw last time, is like he's alright. He could probably use a number buff on his 2, but like aside from that, I think
he's solid.
Yeah, he's solid, but like because of Merceau also pretty much doing the same thing but just better, I think he could use like an adjustment. Essentially, my idea was like they could change up his sanity to where like he gets a unique corrosion, so like you could intentionally lose clashes with him because his 2 is not the best, but that's kind of intentional. He's supposed to lose with that. So if you just keep chaining lost clashes and you go into corrosion, you could corrode and use a special ego, and if you have boys love teammates on your side, it won't target them because Kim, you know, there was boys. There was boys. It would never hurt them. Everyone else, well, they're gonna become the crossfire.
Yeah. Yeah, you know.
But maybe not. Like
Maybe not. I think it's a good spot. I think good enough would be Song for sure.
Yeah. All right, Oofy Heathcliff. What do you feel?
Oof. I feel like he could use a number buff. I think it is cool to have Heathcliff, but he doesn't really do a lot.
He does have that fragile, well, that defense level down. But
the fragile's nice, and I think the Tremor Decay is dope. That's the only cool thing about him, and that's the only good thing about him. Everything else is kind of mid, especially when you compare it to a lot of the other Tremor ideas that Heathcliff has to compete with.
Oh yeah,
they all are better. They all are just better than him in every way, shape, or form.
like more often than not, if you're going for a Tremor team, you're just gonna use Time Moratorium and then pop them like a balloon rather than using Fragile on them and then pumping them in 2 turns.
Second is a
Other Sync Dawn. Alright, so now we have Other Sync Dawn, who was supposed to be replaced by the new Sync Dawn that we have. My thoughts on Sync Dawn. Lackluster. Kind of feel like a maybe not with that one. I feel like I'm going to be fucking crucified for that because I know a lot of people enjoy that idea.
Because it like.
But what are your thoughts on it?
I would agree, to be honest. It feels like an overlap between like Sync Sinclair and like the new Sync Dawn. Because like you have elements of Sync Sinclair, but like it's kind of like, why would I use Sync Dawn and Sync Otis on the same team when I could use probably Blade Lineage, or I could just use a different idea entirely, or just use a different team entirely. Like, it's cool that she has conditionals based on dealing more damage based on clash count. That's an idea I always.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's such a creative idea, but it falls flat considering it just never becomes useful. You're not, and when it does, it's like very rare chances where it's like, oh shit, you know, they clash like 20 times, holy big damage, here it comes.
Yeah,
like, that's not happening.
it's probably like only useful in select boss fights, like Lei Hang.
Yeah.
But even then, like at that point,
even then, like, yeah, I feel like it's just I feel like that was when they were just kind of throwing ideas at the dartboard, and that one thematically is really cool, right? For Sync. I just don't think it translates that well into the game. Maybe I feel like a rework would be in order for that idea.
Yeah, like some way to force those extra clashes to come out. Sinclair. Ruinous Sinclair. What do you think?
So, I think that this ID is good enough. I don't think he's perfect. And the reason I say that is it took us getting a support for Liu. It took us getting Liu Yisong for us to like really maximize the amount of turns that he can stay in form. And I think the ID is great. I think getting to the great part is the problem. And I think his skill 1 just really makes me upset.
Damn, that was a 10.
What?
Yeah. Honestly,
his skill 1 makes me so mad. Every time I think about it.
I would kind of say he's perfect for those reasons. Like, that's like part of the beauty. Because like, if every idea were just like kind of like just free balling like that, then I don't know. You know
what? That's a fair way to look at it. I was kind of looking at it from a perfectionist standpoint, where I'm just like, oh, okay, I need this ID to just be all around, you know,
self-sufficient.
He's not too strong. He's self-sufficient. He does it all. Like he does he's this really cool ID. He does a lot of damage. He completes a segment of the burn puzzle that they were missing.
Yeah.
I guess when you look at it that way, you could say he's perfect. I was thinking he was good enough because I kind of felt like the flaws outweigh the pros sometimes when I'm using him. I've never gotten annoyed at an ID like this one. I think he's super cool. I love Philip. You know, I love that little crybaby.
Oh, crybaby.
I
haven't finished Runa just yet.
Oh, yeah, supposed crybaby, my bad. Yeah, oh man, alleged crybaby. Who? Yikes. Who said that? I think he's macho.
Yeah.
Look at him, he's so manly looking.
His lats, they grow wings. They literally grow wings. Alright, Dead Roberts Mercy.
Wait, you haven't finished Runa?
I haven't finished Lob Corp, to be honest. That Lob Corp is...
Okay, that's understandable. I think that one's more understandable. I haven't finished Runa either, don't get me wrong. I'm far, though. I'm far enough to at least know about Philip, you know? I'm far enough to know about that.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the only one, though. I'm still trying.
But when I get around to playing Lob Corp again, I'll definitely record my pain and suffering. Because day 30? I can't imagine day 40. Okay, slight tangent, but like... When I was actually playing Lob Corp and I was seeing like Lob Corp memes, every time I would look into the comments, people would be saying, "Oh my gosh, day 40 was just insane. Day 40, I can't take day 40, day 41, day 42." Like, bro, what's up with day 40? What's got people going crazy over day 40? Especially day 45, 46, 47? Apparently that's just hell on earth. Like,
I'm not even at day 40 and I'm already suffering.
Oh my, I'm on day 30 and I'm dying. No, day 32 to be exact. But day 32 and I want to tear my skin off my face, dude. Jeez Louise.
Hey. And that's where the beautiful mechanic of swallowing your pride and hitting the start over button comes into play.
No. Oh, that might be something.
You know, you have yourself one of those like days without one of those days without like a problem, sticky notes on the wall, and you reset it to 0 days.
Yeah, Dead Rabbit Merceau, what do you think about the fella? But me personally, I hate him! I hate him! With every bit of my
useless
passion.
Actually confused. I'm confused as to why that is an ID.
Honestly, like, looking at his skills, skill 1 is -1 rupture, skill 2 is neutral, but skill 3 just deviate, but just infinitely worse.
If
like,
the target has 3+ rupture, clash power 1, 6+ rupture, coin power 1.
Wow, so much damage.
Inflicts offense level down, guys. Oh my god, plus 4 rupture, nice.
I can't wait to use that on Lei Hang, clutching up.
Ah, jeez.
Lei Hang shivers at the thought of Dead Rabbit Merceau.
I like the design of the ID though.
I think it's pretty cool. I'd agree there. Unfortunately, it's just kind of dog-ass. Like, it's really well animated, too. Alright, Deviat.
Alright, so we're gonna talk about Deviat.
Fire.
So when I first started Limbus, right? I didn't really have like everyone else. I didn't really have a good team or coherent team that made any sense. And I think the first time I started getting a team that made sense was like I got a trimmer team. That was like my first fully built team, and I fell in love with trimmer from that day. Love that damn mechanic. Get around into messing with like rupture IDs until I think Canto 6. Later on when I ended up getting this ID, I thought it was really cool. I did not understand the point of having her retreat. But I did think down the line that they were going to figure out how to like incorporate that and make it make sense to any degree. So I was right about that. I think in terms of a rupture ID, I think out of the two, like compared to Sinclair, this one is very good. Again, don't understand the point of playing around defense level down when you are playing a mechanic that is true damage and ignores that. When I look at her like when I look at her skill 3, target has 15, 3 rupture. The skill does not inflict rupture count with its on-hit effects. Instead, it reuses its last coin, which is really cool. But the rupture count and how shitty these IDs are with keeping up rupture count makes it so you have to do more work than I feel is worth it to get the most damage from her skill 3. If you are trying to get max damage from it, and you're trying to meet the requirements to get it, and you want the reuse to also be part of the big nuke, I feel like it's more work than it's really worth, and it makes juggling these sorts of IDs that are only meant to be in the fight temporarily a lot more annoying to use. So I don't want to say that this ID is perfect because of that. What are your thoughts on that? Because I'm a bit newer to the Rupture stuff, but that is how I see it. That's how I've been seeing it, especially when I compare it to like the IDs that are staying in fights for a very long time and are able to get big numbers and are able to apply Rupture count and everything like that. I almost forgot, which by the way was a lot easier to achieve back when Red Sinclair was not nerfed and was actually broken.
Yeah, I've been using Rupture for the past couple weeks, getting like a pretty good Rupture team going on. And when I got Deviat Rodian, since like I was watching videos on it and stuff, but I didn't realize that, oh right, the thing that made Rodian so usable at the time was Talisman. But like after the Talisman's nerfs, it's like skill 1 and skill 2 you don't get Rupture from skill 1 or skill 2, but she's a Rupture unit. She does have that 15-3 conditional, but like if you have her on the field, she's like, you're hurting your count. -2 on skill 1, -2 on skill 3. But at the same time, she's supposed to be like, you come in to like kind of finish the count. You start with Sinclair, who like has a lot of Rupture count in his kit in the skill 1 and skill 2. And you're supposed to really pull him out with a skill 3, or you can keep him in if you need the Rupture or Wrath damage. But, you know, since the nerfs, Rodian's kind of like fallen down a couple notches. She could definitely use like a second look at her skill 1 and skill 2. Maybe give her like, make her skill 1 neutral at least, and then make her skill 2 like maybe -1, maybe -2. You could definitely work with -2. And then skill 3, like you're supposed to just kill with skill 3. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the big nuke, but it's the one that eats all the Rupture count.
Yeah.
And since you're not applying Rupture count too often, and you're sitting there and you're trying to set up the perfect situation where you meet the conditional here, and you are upholding the Rupture count, this ID has been in too long because you're setting this up. Your ideal is to set this up before she starts cutting herself to get the fuck out the battle. I think back then when Red Sheet Sinclair had his passive up, it was really easy to get these numbers up. It was super simple to meet the 15 Rupture conditional by like turn 2. You can do it first turn. It was just no issue to get Rupture up that high, and that's why that's why it needed to be nerfed. People were doing battles that were supposed to take 10 plus turns. They were doing it in 4 turns, and that was an issue, right? But now everything in terms of what I'm talking about now is post nerf. I look at this ID and I think to myself, it's more trouble than it's worth. It's supposed to be in for quick fights. It's not supposed to be in for long fights. But Rupture has gone from this quick speed running mechanic to something that you need to work to stack correctly. So your fights are gonna be long to a degree until you're ready to just cash in, deal big damage, and get the hell out the battle. I think these Deviat IDs kind of, I don't think they work with the way that Rupture is now.
I would agree with Rodian, not so much agree with Sinclair, because Sinclair at least had that count in his kit, and like if you like drop the stack with skill 3, you can build it back up pretty quickly with skill 1 and skill 2 at least.
Okay, that's good.
So like Sinclair, I think he's perfect as is, but Rodian,
yeah, Rodian, I think can use
a bit of a rework.
Maybe a rework, maybe change it up a bit. Don't get me wrong, right? This isn't her skill 3, big fucking damage. You see a lot of good videos about it. Like she was the Rupture nuker before we got a lot of the new Heishao. Cough cough Faust. But now I look at it and I'm just like, well, she's no longer that, and now she just kind of seems more work than it's worth, and you can get more use out of, I guess, Sinclair and a bunch of other Rupture IDs that do better at keeping the count and dealing good damage.
Alright. Diechi. Wait, can I go first? Can I
All
go
right.
first on DHE?
Yeah. Now you can definitely go first on Mersault, and maybe Song. Yeah, those two I have no clue about. I've never used the Mersault one, and I've never used the Song one.
I've got a whole list of opinions on all 4 of them, but okay, well 3 of them, because Honglu I think is pretty good enough. But
Yeah.
oh, these other 3, oh brother, Mersault, he needs to change. Like the rest of his kit's pretty good. His skill 1 is neutral, his skill 2 is -1, but he gets a pretty good shield off of it. So if you need to like tank a struggling hit, you can use a skill 2 and just tank with that bad boy, or you can get some pretty good sinking potency through a skill 2, dink dink. But his skill 3. The skill 3 is where my hatred grows. Because the last line is pretty much, it takes all of your insight and it takes your erudition, Mersault's unique discard buff that he gives. It pretty much puts them together, and on your 3rd hit, it takes all of that away and it randomly applies sinking count and potency. Randomly. Keyword randomly. So if you get really unlucky, that 3-hit move could be the end of your sinking count. Your sinking stack. If you just... Oh, yeah, 12 potency but 0 count. It's like, wow, thanks, Mersault. So, like, I definitely think he needs a change.
It really does say randomly. What the hell?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, for the longest time,
what the hell is this?
Like, I did not know why I was dropping these stacks. I'm like, bro, that's supposed to be like +2, right? Nah, it's random. Like, so, yeah.
What the fuck?
that last line needs to go.
There?
That last line needs to go.
Why is that there? Yeah, no, get rid of that shit. What?
Rework that last line. Rodian is like, she was like good enough. She is good enough. You can still use her, but like since the introduction of her ego ID, sword sharpened with tears, ego ID, it's kind of like why would you want to face tank and get more damage when you could just take 2 turns and then nuke by turn 3? So it's like, yeah, like the DHE Rodian is good enough, but like I feel as though that she could use a couple of changes to like really distinguish her from sword sharpened with tears a bit more. Because sword sharpened with tears is just like, oh,
it's too perfect. That is such a good idea.
It's very strong. The only downside about sword sharpened with tears is that you can't really use ego once you're in a damage form. But like at that point, you don't really need ego because every single ego does less damage than just you pressing skill 2 or skill 3. Sometimes even skill 1.
True. You're already clashing better than you need to. You're dealing more damage than you need to. You're good. And then if for whatever reason you don't want to be in damage form, you have a slightly tankier form that comes with less damage. She has more versatility. There's more choices that you can make with playing her. Her count's not bad. I think that idea is just damn. That idea is beautiful.
Yeah, just stepped on the shoes of DHE entirely.
It really did. I think what DHE Rodion still does better than damn near any other idea I could think of is tank. The amount of shield you can get by playing this idea alone is very funny. I think solo content with her is really amazing. I kind of feel like when it comes to learning how to work insight or how to manipulate discard, I think this is a good introduction ID. Yeah, I think she has in terms of all the other, or at least the other Daichi unit that I've used, I like her the way her skill cycle better than trying to get the skills to cycle correctly with like Yi-Song or something. Or not Yi-Song, Tonglu, sorry. I was thinking about Yi-Song because I realized that is still... I've had the idea, I've just never touched it. I've never touched Yi-Song.
Yeah. Like, I like the Echi as a whole. It's one of like my favorite factions right behind another faction we'll get to in a bit. But yeah, the Echi is really fun, but every single one of them need like a touch up, at the very least a touch up. Well, okay, let's do Wuthering Heights as a whole. All 3 of them. What do you think of them? Where the hell is Wild Hunt?
somewhere. Oh, he's way down.
All the way down
Holy.
there. Okay, I'm gonna pull these.
Why are
three
they down
here.
the way? I was gonna say, why are
What
they
the
down
hell?
there?
Oh, it's an alphabetical order, so it checks out. Okay, all of Wuthering Heights.
I mean, they are organized by perfection here. So I will say, Gregor, amazing.
Agreed. Strongly agreed. Really fun idea.
Absolutely, such an insanely good and well-rounded ID. Comes with some risks too. Really nice. I
Really
love
nice.
that. I love an ID that comes with a little bit of risk in it.
But like if you get lucky and you cash out, oh baby,
Yeah,
creaming your jorts at that point.
even has a good support passive for Wild Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Ishmael.
Like
I
Ishmael
feel like-
is my favorite ID in the entire game. But and
Yeah,
even
that thing
then,
carried
I feel
me
as though
so far.
that she could use like a bit of a. I'd say like a number buff because like her.
I
If like looking
I
at
think
her
a number buff or maybe not as far.
Yeah, like you can use her, but like more often than not, you're gonna be like having a harder time.
You're gonna just use Molar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
there's
gonna
no
be
real
using
reason to
Molar.
use. There's no real reason to use Maid Ishmael. You don't have a reason. And what she does bring to the table can literally be found in any other syncing ID.
Exactly.
She doesn't do anything.
Or by Chains of Others, Marcel. Like any other Marcel
Yeah,
ID that
so-
would Chains of Others. So yeah, she could definitely use a number buff. Or maybe like a bit more interaction between the other butlers. Like if Butler Ryoshu gave her, like if you feel the both Ryoshu and Ishmael at the same time, maybe Odin. No, whoa, what am I saying? Maybe Ishmael
right.
could get like maybe some more attack weight, or maybe Ryoshu could follow up on her attacks, like something like that. That'd be pretty cool. But for now, she's like she has a similar situation to Ryoshu, where it's like, oh, and Ishmael, pretty much. All right, I think it goes without saying, Wild Hunt perfection. If you disagree,
Yep,
you're
put
gonna
him up
miss it
there.
6 times. Ryoshu,
I think
she's-
he was the first ID that brought the unique defense skills into
Oh
play.
yeah,
I think at the time it was called a unique counter, a unique counter. But they reworded it now because it's no longer unique. We have like 6 different IDs that also do the cool clashing defense skill.
Ryoshu, you talked about that lightly already. I've used her as well. She's pretty good. She has good attack weight, good damage.
She's good enough.
She's good enough. The butlers.
Yep. The butlers. I think Faust is perfect. They both serve they both serve slightly different things, but I feel as though the sinking count that you get out of Faust is great. It's amazing. Really solid ID, as well as good clashing and good damage. Same with Otis. If I can recall correctly, I'm pretty sure Faust has more sinking count than Otis. Yeah, Otis is supposed to be the one that kind of
Like cashes out the damage.
cashes out the damage.
Yeah, they work good together.
Otis has 2 sinking count off of her skill 2, which hits twice. And skill 3, if you win the clash, you inflict 3 sinking count, which is okay. I think Otis does more damage than Faust, but I feel like in terms of the points of using these IDs, I think Faust is the more useful of the two because you are applying more sinking count for the team. Echo of Manners is basically where these two IDs differ. That's really it.
Yeah, I would mostly agree. They work good together and they work good apart. And their sinking application is pretty good, both supportively and like offensively. Now, one of the more controversial takes you're gonna have here. Ego Isama.
My perfect ID. I don't give a fuck. okay. That's just bias. That's bias. I think he's good enough. I think
Agreed.
him being the only ID that has Sinking Deluge really carries him. I promise you, if it wasn't for Sinking Deluge, this ID would be forgotten about long ago.
Most def.
If we had to put him somewhere, and this is not because he's bad, but please, holy crap, What is up with his up tie 4? That makes no sense. His up tie 4 is the worst up tie 4 in the entire game. It doesn't do anything. I've never seen a more useless up tie 4. I'm pretty sure he only gets like a power to his to dodge. I've kept this guy up tie 3 for the longest. I've not up tied him because I looked at what he got and I was just like, man, I would be wasting a lot of thread, a lot of resource to up tie for him for damn near nothing. If I had to throw him and could use a rework, that would be the reason. He's not a bad ID. I think the ID is amazing. Actually, I use that more than I do Psalm Lament, and Psalm Lament is one of my favorite abnormalities.
I mean, the Spice Bush gang are gonna like send their goons after you for that one.
Their goons, I'm gonna knock at the door.
I heard you were talking bad about Spice Bush. Open the door.
There's a
little bushy.
There's a lot of flowers outside. I'm a bit afraid. I'm good.
You see, just like like I heard you.
I got allergies. You know, I got allergies. I'm staying inside. I got my Claritin right here. But yeah, no, I think the ID is great. I just think the up tie 4 is significantly worse than any up tie 4 I've seen in game. Other people might know of up tie 4s that are worse.
And the second someone else gets like Singing Deluge, Spice Bush is definitely gonna be needing like a number.
Done! No way! As soon as Singing Deluge for some reason comes back, I don't think they will bring it. I don't think they'll add it to anybody. But if it does come back and a new ID gets it, that will be the best example of power creep. You'll never see that ID again. I think power creep in this game is very iffy. It's very fickle. It's not as defined as like other games with power creep in it. In this game, at least, there are still old IDs that match up to the newer ones that still do an incredible job, that still do stuff that the new IDs don't even do. In this case, right, this is an old ID that is only succeeding because it has something that newer IDs don't have. That is it. There's no other reason, and no one can argue that.
Imagine you say that in like the first week of Count to 9, we get another Singing Deluge unit.
We get another Singing Deluge.
Singing Deluge Yoshu, goodbye, song. Out with the old, in with the new.
Actually, let me think. What syncing IDs do we really have for Yoshu?
I don't think we have any, actually. What the heck?
Right? Because it's not like Edgar Family does.
Edgar Family's a poise debuffer.
Yeah, it's just that's it. It's just not even, the entire theme around the Edgar Family and everything. It's supposed to be syncing. She doesn't do that. It's like Ryoshi tries to go against the grain with a lot of her IDs. Look at her 7 ID. Literally goes against what you want 7 IDs to do.
That's true! That's so true!
Everything she does is to spite you.
No weakness, and like
she does that actually works.
She has slash fragility, but like that's it. No sinking, like no rupture, no weakness analyzed. Has not that great speed. I mean, no, it has good speed, but inconsistent as hell. What are we doing here, 7? What are we doing?
Even it's so bad, and I kind of feel like maybe this ID is more of an inside joke type deal. But no. This you're looking at it, right? Even her ability names are completely to spite you. This shit is just it's dumb. It's so stupid. Slash is a blunt move called slash.
Cut in half.
Very funny.
Slash damage. Ice break. Yeah, I gotta love it. Fang Hunt?
Fang Hunt, garbage. Rework it.
Garbage? What? Okay, whoa. Hold on now. Let's think.
Okay, maybe I'm being too harsh.
Let me cook.
It could be reworked. I think it could be better. I think it's mid. I think it's not interesting.
This may be a searing hot take to some, but I think the only thing that needs to change about Fang Hunt is a skill 2. Skill 1 not having anything, understandable. It just has coin power. The skill 3 getting a bunch
just
of
has coin power. Rupture negative as hell, by the way.
Negative as hell, but like that's kind of the point. You're gonna blow them up. You're gonna blow up like a blood fiend. So like if you're doing MD or you're struggling on Kanto 7's final boss, you're gonna pull out the Fang Hunt and you're gonna see some numbers. But skill 2, just having that cutoff, like you don't get rupture. You don't get rupture. You just get coin power. You're kind of killing your stack before you can even like get that big payout from skill 3. if they make it like you don't harm the stack with skill 2, that'd be amazing. That would be amazing. That would be the only change Fingo would need. If you meet the condition.
Okay. Okay. True. I think that would make the most sense. This ID has no use past where it is now. Has no real use past Kanto 7.
That is very true.
He's basically potential man, but for Hong Lu.
Yeah, essentially, kind of. I'd say. I'd kind of agree, actually. In fact, I think every ID has a potential man, now that I think about it. Okay, be warned that the next thing you're gonna say about Fire Fist will, in fact, be cut off by him screaming in post.
Yeah! Perfect. Wrath Resonance Beast. Damage Beast. Spreads fire like no other ID. You got the wrong guy.
Kurukuma walking in like he owns the place.
He couldn't wait for his chance. Perfect ID. Doesn't need to be nerfed, doesn't need to be buffed. I think the ammo limitations annoying, but it's a necessary evil. I think it's really cool how you have to play it close to being out of fuel to get the most out of them. Setting up raft chains has never been easier with this ID. All around great ID. Great theme, great story. Love it. Perfect.
And Too Angry
Beautiful.
to Die.
Too Angry to Die. Perfect scream, by the way. Hey, my bias might be showing. Beautiful ID.
And I think it also goes without saying.
Yeah, you can wait. I don't even think we need to explain.
We don't gotta say much about it. We've seen the clips. We've seen the one turns.
Yeah.
We've seen it all. Full stop. Go to with the sauce.
Gee.
Okay. My opinion.
Funny story about this ID. Maybe, maybe not. I agree. Good spot. This ID, I was when Kanto 7 dropped, and I was completing it with everyone else on release, and the final part of the chapter came out, and everyone's beelining it to the final boss. I struggled with Kanto 7 boss a little bit, but I just had to like rework my comp a little bit, and I was trying too hard to make Zwei Ishmael work in that fight. It doesn't really work out that well. But this ID, the support passive for it, I put together a team specifically that would work out, and this support passive came in clutch and came in handy, surprisingly. So I'll mark that up and say that I never gave a damn about that ID until I randomly decided to use it for the passive, and it worked out, and it helped me beat Kanto 7. You know, take out of that what you will.
Heartful story. I'm compelled to move.
Yeah.
There's only one G Corp ID. It would be a shame. Unfortunately, I wish there was like a second ID somewhere. Wonder where they are.
Yeah, man. Sucks. Well, I could have sworn there was 2. Oh well.
Alright, let's 2 sentences on Jacob Gregor. Not good. Need rework.
Yeah.
Broke your stack. Gutter. Yeah.
A lot of older IDs, I feel as though, because that was them trying to get their bearings on what they wanted IDs to do, how team comps were supposed to look, and how mechanics and archetypes would play out. A lot of them, they weren't built with the archetypes in mind.
Yeah.
Now we have, nowadays IDs are built around the archetype.
Or like around the gimmick.
Or around the gimmick. IDs back then, they didn't have a gimmick. It's only bad because of, I feel as though it's only bad because of the time period that these IDs came out. But yeah, if they ever got a rework, I definitely would love to see that one.
Alright. I think we can reasonably blow through the next 2, 4, 6, 7 IDs pretty quickly.
But with these IDs, you don't really have to use your head.
Yeah.
I'll say that. I'll be honest. I think they're fun. I think they're cool. I think they're flashy. I don't think that they're interesting.
But they got that shit on though.
They do got that shit on though. Hong Lu makes them interesting to a degree because of how his interactions with them. But even then, look, you just brain off mode.
and go for whatever the hell you want. And these IDs just kind of play themselves, and they don't need to interact with anything. Okay, but yeah, that was a long-winded rant, but I just that was an important point to get out there.
Yeah. All right, hook off is Honglu. I just think he needs number buffs, really.
Yeah, I remember at one point he was considered incredibly good. He still is he's still alright, but he's not useful to do. He's not that useful. So yeah, I can see that. He's the only 2-star Walt Knight ID, right?
Him and Lantern Dawn.
Oh, I forgot Lantern Dawn. That's right. Hey, yeah, Lantern Dawn.
Hey.
Another example of an ID that didn't have good rupture, but it had good interaction with rupture.
True. Helping people who can't count since that last Walpurgis.
Yeah.
Get your rupture and then.
This ID, the only thing I know about it is it does not die, and it was the OG tank back then.
Yeah.
Never used it. I've had it. I've just never had to use it.
What's his name? Again. It's not W Corp. It's not R Corp. It's
K Corp.
K Corp. Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
The only good thing about Isan Kanto was the ending.
Hey! Watch yourself there, buddy.
Well, the Isanger's gonna send goons to my house too.
Hey, we got. I feel like the wall that is Spice Bush is also a very good thing in that Kanto. Seeing people get to it, seeing people handle it, that fight itself. I think the theme of his Kanto is pretty solid.
It is.
I just wanted everyone to be happy. It was probably I feel like, is it the longest? It felt like the longest. It had the most yapping. I don't mind yap, by the way. I don't. I refuse to skip any of it, but I do think that one had the most.
I definitely feel as though Kanto 7 had a lot of yapping. No, Kanto 8 had way more yapping. Kanto 7 had a lot more yapping, and then Kanto 8 had way more yapping on top of that.
I think 8 had more yapping, but had enough action to completely distract you from the yapping. There were a lot of fights. There were a lot of big fights in 8, actually.
Yeah, but it also brought in the sin of Kanto 8 is that it brought in the worst Lux excavation stage ever, period.
True.
In those stupid ass dolls and those priests. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like you'll.
Yeah.
Like. I'm having flashbacks to it right now, dude.
I understand dealing with that shit is annoying, but couldn't be me with all my nodes saved up. I just hit the skip button. I know it's not as efficient, but who cares when I hit that shit 80 times for infinite goddamn XP.
Yeah.
Couldn't be. Only had to interact with it once.
Kanto 9 cannot come out sooner. Please. I want a different Lux stage. Give me a different Lux stage.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
All right.
Kurokuma clan, how you feeling? I know Ishmael ID. Crazy good. Heathcliff.
I have a lot to say.
You have a lot to say. A lot to say good or a lot to say
Well, not a lot. Actually, I don't have a lot to say about Kurokuma. I think I have good things to say about Kurokuma. Okay. I think Kurokuma is such a good example of making new IDs interact with old IDs to make the older IDs better.
Yeah.
And more and actually relevant. I love everything that is about the Kurokuma IDs. Could use a numbers buff. I feel like Gregor and Honglu should swap.
Really?
Or what do you think? Because I think Gregor and Honglu should swap.
Okay, so just quickly flash frying Ryoshu and Rodian.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think this is fine. The rework one on Honglu should stay. Gregor should also maybe get a rework as well when it comes to all of them.
Like Gregor could float in between both of these right here, because if he's like a captain, I feel as though my hot take is that he should be like a mini capstone unit essentially that bring together the other IDs before you really get to the Ishmael ID. Because most new players, chances are they're not gonna have the Ishmael ID for a long time. I don't even have Ishmael myself. If you're a newer player, you're not, even if you shard the Ishmael ID right off the bat, you're pretty much stuck with like I wouldn't say an II ID. Like, she's a good ID, but like you're missing potential there. So like you're likely gonna have Kurikumo, Honglu, and then probably like another bleed unit on top of that. But having Gregor to kind of bring those units together, like maybe if Gregor has 2 other Kurikumo IDs, he applies these debuffs, or he applies Dark Clouds for them without needing to have Ishmael there, or like maybe something else pretty cool they could do, because Ishmael is there to like it's like the strongest hand there. You have Ishmael and everyone's cooking with gas.
Okay.
But like without her, it's like your only good IDs are Ryoshu, Rodian if you got like the team for it, and Heathcliff. But Heathcliff and Ishmael are kind of like hand in hand at that point. Then you have 2 stray IDs that like you're never gonna use outside of the Kurikumo team.
Quick question, but why do you think Rodian's good enough?
Well, the idea of her having their actually I have her page. Let me close that. Ooh, I need that. Let me close that.
So like let's look at her page real quick, because I do have some things to say about that ID.
I'm only putting her in good enough only because of her skill 3 and her defense interaction.
Okay, so let's okay, no, and I'm glad actually you have a point about that, but let's look at the skill 3 and defense interaction, right? Under the guise that we're gonna be running this on a Kurikumo or a bleed team most likely, because we're not doing it for the toys, that's for sure. Even though that is the point of her kit actually, which is the funniest part about it, right? So if this target has 6 bleed, you double the crit chance. Really cool. At 10 plus poise, plus 100% critical damage. Also very cool. Very nice. Now, where are we getting, right, this poise? Okay, we're getting it from skill 2. You get 2, you get 4.
Yeah,
right,
oh
and
wow,
2
that's
count,
actually a very slow game.
right? Do you see what I'm saying here? Her poise gain is so awful. It is not good. I don't think her poise gain, and don't get me wrong, in mirror dungeons, when you have infinite fucking poise, this ID is really sick, because you just counter skill 3, skill 3, skill 3, skill 3, all over the place. No
I don't know how I
problem.
missed that. I was literally reading all these IDs earlier today. I don't know how I missed this.
Yeah, this right here, no bueno. No bueno.
Yeesh.
No bueno.
Alright, so
Rework.
then I guess all 3 of these guys could easily rework together.
I want to also take a look at Kurikumo Yoshu. Don't get me wrong, when they're all paired together though, amazing. Beautiful. You have Heathcliff in there, you have Ishmael in there, everyone put together. Beautiful fucking machine. I think out of all of them, definitely Ryoshu would be up like above the other ones that are stuck and needs a rework. That is true.
She does have good damage. She also has pretty good bleed application.
Yeah, but she's not perfect. I don't think she is perfect. I think maybe not for her would be a good case, because she has good bleed application.
Her coins are also a bit iffy now that I think about it.
Her coins are not the best.
Yeah, that is true. 11 rolling skill 1, 15 rolling skill 2. No
her guard is
skill
also
2.
pretty bad.
16 with no power on behind it.
Yeah.
That's a 16 rolling skill 3. Yeesh. Holes. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
we got
product
skill
over
2s
time.
and 1s rolling for 16, so
Definitely product over time.
yep.
But nothing a number buff couldn't change.
Yeah, I think the application is sick. She applies good bleed count. She applies a lot of bleed count, which is really nice. Unfortunately, she cucks Honglu skill 2. One of the greatest skill 2s ever, by the way. That shit is sick.
Every new player's like biggest crutch up until Dawnbeck. No, even past Dawnbeck.
Yeah.
Until you get to Ricardo.
Yeah, that skill 2 is wild. Love it. It just does not work on bleed teams, funnily enough. Especially people with a lot of count. That will cuck this skill 2, and then this skill 2 will be like wet paper. There's no point in using it.
Alright, every single LCCB center. What do you think?
Ooh.
Because I've got to think that they could always rework.
Would love if they got a rework. I agree. I just toss them in there. I'll be honest, and I'll admit this 100%. I don't remember anything about the base IDs. I haven't had no reason to use them, and I know that you can. I see people still using them, even in Kanto 8, for whatever reason. Maybe as a challenge, really fun, cool, but like I don't see it. I don't know anything about the base IDs.
Personally, like my take about it is like the only ones that could like maybe not go without the rework is like maybe Ryoshu, because she already has some pretty good damage already. Okay. And Heathcliff. Ryoshu and Heathcliff are like in the same boat of like maybe not, could not use a rework. But like if you're talking about like grand scheme of things, like because these are the IDs that you're gonna be relying on for a hot minute, up until like maybe Kanto 3, maybe Kanto 4 if you're like especially slow with the pooling. Everyone else is kind of like meh. If they all got like a few changes,
I could see Otis, I guess. I don't remember anything about all the other.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the best part. Like, like if Dawn got like more, like if they all got some more standardized coins, standardize their coins, standardize their conditionals, and give some of them like a reason to be in like in certain team comps. Like if you have a sinking team and you have like a missing piece or two, you could have Isong, Honglu and Isong in there. If you have a Rupture team and you have a couple missing pieces, you could have Otis in there, or maybe you could have Ryoshu in there. If you just need like a bunch of raw damage, then Ishmael could be your girl, or maybe even Gregor. Okay, well, maybe not Gregor, he's supposed to be a tank. Or maybe Don Quixote. Or if you need like a bunch of debuffs, like maybe you just need to stall a bit longer for Ricardo, you could use reworked Faust. Or maybe if you need to tank, you could use reworked Merceau, even though I don't know why. Okay, quick tangent. I don't know why his skill 3 rolls for an 8. Oh, Vietnam flashback. Please say I'm remembering.
Is that true? That doesn't sound right at all.
2, 4, 6, 8. Right. It rolls for a 12. I was 4 off, but that's not better. Skill.
It's not that much better, but there's no shot any skill 3 rolls that low.
An 8 rolling skill 3 would be diabolical. Jesus.
Oh my god. It better have a on clash lose effect, because holy crap.
On clash lose.
I ain't winning that.
On clash lose, get a gun.
Yeah, win the game. Clash lose, change IDs.
On clash lose, it turned to Copper Merceau. Get 99 attack weight.
Clash lose, turn to Damien. Oh, you forgot you song. We're going sitting down alone.
even worse. I forgot. That's not a good look, and I was just
true
talking
to
about
his character.
Oh man, but yeah, they could all use a rework.
As much as, hey, if they did rework them, maybe I might give the base IDs a shot. Maybe I might up-type for them. Who knows, man, in this crazy, wacky world.
Right. They're all up-type 3. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they all stop at 3. You have to willingly up-type for the base IDs. And if you did that, you're probably one of the very few people that are just doing it for the challenge. Maybe you have all the IDs in the game and you're balling like that. You just want to express how much you're balling by spending it on the homeless.
Or maybe they're like your kin or something, and you're like, oh my gosh, Faust! By the way, if you're a Faust fan,
true.
I know who you are. If you're a Faust fan, unironically, I know who you are.
Oh, that's crazy. That's wild. I have a friend who is a huge Faust fan. His name is Dragon. Shout out to you, boy. Shout out to Dragon.
Let's hope you see this video.
Yeah, that'd be cool if we did. Yeah. Hey, I'm an Ishmael simp. Say what you want about me. I don't care. Cool character. Great character. Great Kanto.
Ishmael is good.
Goated.
Goated. Oh, actually, supplemental question. What do you think of Faust sang?
What do I think of what?
What do you think of the Faust sang ship? The Faust and
I never thought of it until now.
Really?
Yeah.
Murder on the Warp Express didn't give you. Murder on the Warp Express never gave you any signs? And that never clicked in your head? The Riz Master?
You know, it's true. No, that's crazy. You saw the Riz Master. I never thought of it that way. I guess
Oh.
maybe I'm dense. I do understand what you're talking about, and it does make sense when you put it that way. I just never looked at it that way. I think the one ship that everyone knows, at least, that I feel like everyone's thought about to a degree, is just what Heath-ish,
Ugh.
and that is it. And
Okay.
that is it.
Hold on. This is gonna be a nuclear tangent. Oh my gosh.
Heath, Ish.
Heath Ishmael is the worst ship. Okay, like if you're talking about all the ships in the game they could possibly have, Heathcliff Ishmael is the worst in the entire game. Faust Yisong is the best in the entire game. And like the
Okay,
only thing that
now-
comes like between that, the second best ship is Don Quixote and
Yeah.
Sinclair. Everything else is like below that. I don't see anybody else getting shipped with anybody else. Every other ship.
Now
is
tell
low.
me, no, that's true. It's really hard to see ships in this game.
Okay.
The only reason that I've seen the Heath one is because they have a lot of parallels. They have a lot of IDs together. They have a lot of moments where they are they fought the most actually out of all the sinners. Heathcliff and Ishmael, the two that have butt heads the most.
Ishmael almost did ice
and-
Heathcliff that one time.
Hey, she beat the bricks off of that boy. Unfortunately,
Oh, that man in the corner.
she can throw hands. Hey, she can throw hands. Her frame's a bit broken. She needs a nerf. But I think the reason is because I don't know. Heathcliff and her have both gone from butting heads at every corner to Heathcliff. This is more of a character thing, but Heathcliff is more supportive, right?
That's true.
He plays a supportive role to multiple people, actually, not just to himself, not just to Ishmael during her canto, but he has played that role a multitude of times, especially the latest Intervallo and event,
yeah.
I guess technically. Man, yeah, that's sick. It's crazy how cool of a character he is, yet giving him a fucking ID is an afterthought. Whatever. That's a whole rant for a different day. The only reason that I say that it's the only thing I could think of is because that's really, they're the only two with crazy interaction with one another, you know? That would force people to... I don't like shippers. I'm not like one to do that. But it is the one that I see people jumping to the most, is that one. And then you give them IDs together, and it's kind of like you're setting yourself up for that one, you know, that show.
Yeah.
Yisong and Faust, I could see it now that you mention it, I suppose. But I definitely never thought about them that way. I don't think of any of them that way. It's really hard for me to ship anybody else, actually. I really gotta reach for some of these ships.
I mean, you gotta be on Reddit to see some of these ships. Like
You really do. That's true. I don't spend too much time on Reddit.
I mainly thought because of spoilers for the most part. It was like,
Social
damn,
media.
you're gonna drop that raw? Damn, at least give me a
Yeah.
spoiler warning. The reason I asked that is because, like, for one, the Reddit ship that I saw that was really good was Rodin and Gregor. That was like, whoa, hold on, let them cook. Because like the fan art is always so cute.
Oh, damn! Wait, actually, you're right. What the fuck? Why didn't I think of that? Wow, huh?
Like Rodin and Gregor
I don't
art is
consider that,
just,
actually.
it's always the cutest damn thing. It never
That is
fails to
true.
like, put a smile on my face.
Oh man. I guess I am dense as shit. I forgot about that one. When I first played the game, I thought that they were like a couple.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I was just like, oh, that kind of works.
Tall
Yes.
woman, small man, works out.
Yeah.
Song as old as rhyme. I'll probably have to flash like a list of the ships on screen, but
No.
titty nah. But like, if you had to like go in order, I'd say like, well,
Alright.
if you had like this,
Where are the Mersault ships?
The Mersault ships, bro.
Yeah,
Mersault.
can we get a Mersault ship, please?
Mersault is shipped with his wife and his big ass and her big ass tits. That's the only thing
That's
Mersault is shipped with. But like, if I
At this point, Marceau is shipped with himself. And no one else.
Marceau
Actually,
and Marceau.
he's shipped with the corner that he sits in until asked to come out and speak more than 3 words.
Speaking of Marceau, I already know that we're gonna playing Ace Attorney when this counter comes out. It's gonna be like, objection! Marceau did not do that shit. Source? I made it the fuck up.
Man, that is interesting. But yeah, that is odd that the 2026 one, they just said, fuck that. Here we go. Oh, okay. Back to the list. Oh, shit.
Right. Okay, the list. We got mega sidetracked.
Like
and we saw the other half of the list.
Okay, no, it's gonna be a lot easier for these. First of all, hey, let me just say, put this one in perfect. I'm just kidding. I think this one is good enough. I think it could use a number buff, so I think this ID is actually super solid. That ID alone can carry you. Actually, I'm pretty sure through the entire game.
Yeah.
It's such a silly ID. The amount of rupture, who cares about really? But the amount of fragility that you can place. Fuck the tremor too. It's the fragile that we really care about here. That fragile burst is big.
Yeah, it's crazy to be honest.
Yeah, they were super solid. Yep, needs a nerf. Totally. Yeah. Too bad.
But nah,
put that in the rework.
This ID is like a cool concept. Another one of the support IDs, but like it doesn't really do it. Okay, to say it doesn't really is too generous. It does not do it as good as our core.
It doesn't do a goddamn thing.
Once again, it's a support passive, but like even then, it's like, you're not using it over all their options. Like let's be so for real. And Ryoshu,
she was good until they nerfed her, and rightfully so. I'm not complaining about the nerf. You will never really see me complain about nerfs in this game. But yeah, no, the nerf to the Ryoshu thing was, I could kind of understand it, especially with a Magic Bullet Otis ego that made doing the 7th shot of Magic Bullet significantly easier. You can get multiple 7 shots off of one fight. It's really not hard. Only really good for the support passive. Maybe we could give her a rework, because I think the ID itself is kind of cheap. Doesn't really do much of anything.
I don't got much to say about her. Like, she's again a relic over time when they're trying to make Rupture Tremor a thing. I think she's too much of a hassle to use in Rupture, and so she's only really using Tremor. She's a bit weird.
Okay.
She could use a change. She could maybe not use a change. I'm not too sure, so I'm just gonna keep her maybe not. But now we're at the best part. We're at the best part where I get to shit on Liu Association.
All right.
Before I get to Liu, ego IDs, because I think these two are perfect as they are. Blowing yourself up and dying intentionally to fuck.
I love the idea. I love these two IDs and what they bring in terms of the ideas and everything. Yeah, I think they're definitely perfect. I think that ID is great.
Yeah.
Very hard to use though for a lot, especially newcomers. Newcomers would look at that thing and be a bit confused.
What the hell? Why do you want to kill yourself?
Same with Faust. The thing about these IDs that want to lose, that want to die, that want to kill teammates, the moment that they really come online is when you have the ability to have backup IDs, which you said there's like a big reworking patch or something that should be coming.
The Great Balance patch is like a hypothetical patch. It's
okay. It's not actually.
Whenever I say, actually, fun fact, they got a bit of flack about that because people were like, "There's no balance patch coming. There's no balance patch coming." It's a hypothetical patch, and I like to joke about it. It's coming soon. Okay. When in reality, it's coming never.
It's never.
Okay, well, never say never, I guess. But the Great Balance patch.
For a second, I thought I was out of the loop, and I'm like, I've been taking a break to play other games. So I have been out of the loop, so maybe I did miss that, but I was excited when you said that. Now my dreams are kind of crushed.
Darn, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to crush your dreams. Like, I mean, that would have been spectacular if there was like an actual Great Balance patch coming.
Someone did say that they are going to add up ties, extra up tie for egos,
yes.
for old egos. which is cool? Question mark. But like, can we get some support for the IDs? I feel like the egos aren't that important.
Off cuff, great balance patch. Liu.
Yeah. So yeah. Last Liu. Go ahead and put Yusong a perfect ID.
Agreed.
Perfect ID.
I'd say Ryoshi was good enough.
Good
She's
enough.
pretty good.
Ishmael,
Now these-
perfect ID.
What? Oh, okay. Now that's
Okay,
that's immediately
that's where you draw. Alright, let's see it. Go ahead. Maybe I'm being
Rodian's
biased
pretty
here.
good. Now Ishmael and the other 2 stars. That's where I start drawing a line. The only flashy thing about her kit is the plus coin boost.
After attack plus coin, yeah, that's fair.
Aside from that, she's pretty stale. Like early on is like, yeah, you can get by with her, but like she has no counts. Why does a skill 2 roll higher than a skill 3? Please say I'm counting wrong. 3, 6, 9, 12. 3, 6, 9, 12.
Yeah, 3, 6, 9,
15.
12. It is a very interesting one.
Like, okay, like if I had it my way, I would change all of Liu Association because, okay, most of Liu, because aside from Yisong, who gives you SP, and Rodian, who gives you a lot of damage, or who does a lot of damage, everyone else is kind of like, you're not gonna be doing much until you get to Magic Bullet Otis.
Magic Bullet, yeah, that makes sense.
So if there's a way to like do more with Burn before you get to that Magic Bullet, that would be great. The only reason I don't use Burn currently is because I don't have Magic Bullet. There are other better
Wait,
IDs.
you got Fire Fist though, and you have Philip Clare.
Once again, Walpurgi. If you're rolling for Burn, you're probably also rolling for Magic Bullet, so they kind of go into the same category.
Oh, I thought you got Philip Clare at some point though.
No, but I did loan him a lot. I guess with that being said, Ishmael definitely needs a number buff. Rework, maybe not, but definitely numbers buff. But these boys, they need a rework. Because there's no way that
100%.
you get 4 early burn IDs and they're all kind of ass. But on top of this being like kind of bland and a bit underwhelming, Burn is just not the greatest pick when thinking's right there. These are like bait IDs essentially.
Hey, it was the greatest pick for speedrunning back in the day. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
But,
I wonder why. Roshu. Do they have counts? She has no counts.
Yeah.
She does have bonus damage. I'll slightly forgive her. She also has an on-kill conditioner.
Yeah.
That's alright, but I would have preferred it a different way. Oh.
Yeah, we don't talk about this one.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, low rolling.
Hey, the stagger threshold raise was pretty cool.
Dog, you're not reaching that stagger threshold. Bro, 8 rolling raw, you are never reaching that shit unless you have a bunch of other burn IDs. You're not reaching it, dude. And Gregor, well, once again, no counts. So that's a bit of an issue.
This ID also did me good.
Burn. What isn't?
It's just burn, but it's a good damage. He just punches the shit out of him. He walks him down.
Mink.
Yeah, that's it.
Mink just straight hands the ID.
He was born to be Fire Fist. This is him. This is Fire Fist.
He was training to be Fire Fist, bro. He was training since day
each
one.
punch carries a scream, alright?
He's screaming on the inside. But yeah, there definitely needs to be more count. These IDs most definitely need like something more going on. I like some things I thought was like maybe give Ryoshi like multi-hit effects, like if the target has X burn or has unique burn, reuse X coin, like reuse a random coin or something like that. So her skill 1 could go from 2 coins to 4 coins if you just get really lucky, or if you meet like some type of conditional.
Or here's a cool one. I want to see more of this. The force burn proc, right? Where like you would consume an extra, like 1 extra count to deal the burn damage that is currently stacked onto them.
Oh yeah, like that would be pretty cool.
I love that idea. I'll be honest, in terms of all the mechanics, I think burn's the easiest to like stack count on. There's so much burn count in this game. It's not hard to get.
that's enough Liu hate from on my end. I will most definitely get fried for my Liu take. But Rominant Fausts. Wait. Well, okay, actually,
Rework.
wait, bro. When I'm in my previous video, I was reading through all the IDs. What is she doing with a 25 rolling skill 3? This was one of the first IDs they made. 25 rolling? You're kidding! 8 plus 3 is 11, 11, 22, plus
and
4,
all you have to
26,
do
plus attack
not
rate. That's
take
27!
damage.
That's 27! 27 rolling! For free!
And not take damage. That's
Not take damage.
Just don't take damage.
Bro, just clash better, and when you do nuki damage. Too bad her fucking conditionals suck, and she doesn't really do much. Aside from, like, she has ego, but like even then, you're kind of like you're doing much more than you really want to be doing with any other ID. She's cool.
This idea was all over the place. It was just kind of doing everything.
Yeah, like they had no idea what they wanted to do.
You know, it's funny. I look at it and I'm just like, it's like they wanted to make a she ID. This is like my fan fiction she ID. You know, this is if I was in the she ID, or if I was in the she group, my weapon of choice would be a sick ass lightsaber.
But yeah, she needs a rework. Magical Girl Dawn. I think she's good enough. Like she does a lot of damage, but like
not better than Rodion, but
not
good
better
enough.
than Rodion. Plus her identity is kind of like they both flip flop, but like Rodion does it better and it fits her theme more. I just wish like she did the flip flop differently. That's all. Lantern Dawn.
Perfect. Not being biased. Okay.
Like I would agree with you. Like, if you don't have rep units, this is the perfect ID. But like if you have other rep units, it kind of struck. And plus, if you go like further into the story, it gets a bit harder to get like the rupture off because the roles are starting to age a wee bit. They're starting to show their age. That's for sure. I'll put them good enough for now, at least. Magic Bullet.
Magic Bullet is perfect now. You know, at one point it was good enough, and then they came out with the ego. Perfect. Okay.
I like
it. It is a perfect ID. It is.
It's self-sufficient, heals herself, she does her job well. I think she's pretty good. She doesn't do anything crazy, and the cause of her not fitting anything and being self-sufficient is the fact that she's self-sufficient and she doesn't fit into anything.
True. She's a solo ID.
She is a strong, independent woman who don't need no other teammates. Yeah, not bad. But you know what is bad? Talisman. Rework the Borbor. Like,
yeah, please. Again.
And actually do it well this time, please. Like, his rolls are... There's something. There's certainly rolls. And the passive, well, it had to be taken out back and shot.
Oh, one of my favorite IDs. This is the first ID I got from Walt Night. I think Regret Faust is like a staple on Trimmer teams. Perfect ID. Does damn near. Does a lot. Does more than she really needs to. Incredible AoE. Great clashing. Skill 1 is like, it's whatever.
But like, you're also supposed to lose with it as well to get more of your Tremor. Yeah, overall, really good ID. Potential Man!
Yeah, don't. Potential Man, perfect ID, yeah, totally, the best.
Potential Man.
Every ID
the
should
reason
strive to do that.
Yeah, good reason. Like, the idea is there, but its execution, not so great. Tears, Sword Sharpened with Tears, perfect. Song Lament, perfect. Mirachi, perfect.
Yeah.
Can you give a straight face while saying
Hefe Claire, the perfect ID. We should have leave that, you know, and like use that as like the thumbnail. Really confuse them, you know, like, really let them know why that one's there.
Mole works perfect, but I can't really say the same thing about the Sinclair ID. Very minimum, he needs a number buff because like those numbers, yeesh. You're building up very slow for a payout that's not really worth it. So like, yeah, but wife is perfect.
I don't know much about the Song ID either. We can take a look at it.
Let's take a look at it together. With the power of friendship. Where is he? That's 5, 10, 15. That's almost a 20. That's alright.
20 for 3, trying to count up 5, reverse.
The support passive is pretty nice, but like he could stand to do a bit more with his kit in my opinion. Like even for a 2-star, like maybe get some more of that in like a skill 1 or skill 2, or give his skill 2 maybe like a bit more to work with. Because if you're trying to do tremor burst and apply that defense level down, maybe like do a bit more tremor raise, like maybe tremor burst twice.
I have said that before, actually. My problem with some of these trimmer IDs is kind of the same problem I have with Burn to a degree, where it's like, we have an abundance of count. It is not hard to stack trimmer. It is super simple, super easy. You will have trimmer and trimmer count galore. So I would like there to be more activation of the count.
Yeah. But like you could argue that he's alright, I guess, for like a 2-star, but maybe not. The multi-crack, the crack out of your pants. These two are also like a bit weird.
Fable Yisong is just mowing through the Mirror Dungeon with well, technically it's not due to the ID. I know this is about the ID, not
it's about the ego.
What synergies they have. But the ego plus what's that thing called? Needle and thread it could personally be because of this could be like another lucky bullet scenario where the math for thread needle is being incorrectly applied here. That could be it. So if it's a bug, it might be patched out at some point. But regardless, currently it's not patched out, and he is able to just deal thousands upon thousands of damage. And it is super easy to feel the ego, and you can just spam it throughout the entire mirror dungeon, killing off your IDs and killing off the entire like game.
Yeah, becoming Thanos one bullet at a time. In Contempt, Ryoshu, well, she needs time to simmer. Her rolls aren't bad, and the passives aren't bad either. She needs time.
She's very fun.
N-Corp, I have a lot to say about N-Corp. It's my N-Corp is my favorite, my beloved faction in the entire game. She Who Grips Fouls is like tied for my favorite ID, right next to Butler Ishmael.
Grippy Fouls.
But I'll also leave them for last.
Sorry.
I'll also leave them for last because it's a lot I want to say. So move on to the chefs. Gregor.
Oh, rework, please.
Too strong. No,
too strong.
Too powerful. He can't be contained. Someone hold him back. He's just a skill 1. Help me. Help me. But yeah, coins suck. I have purpose. Kind of iffy. Yeah, like his conditionals, you kind of can't hit them under most circumstances. To keep things short, he does need a rework, most definitely. Like a coins buff and a rework to make those conditionals like make a bit more sense. Ryoshu, I heard, was like alright at least.
Yeah. Hexut still was it Hexut or no? It was Irv. I don't know if you remember Irv, but Irv still uses that idea.
I'll definitely let them cook with that. I won't say much about Ryoshu because every time I look at her kids, like I'm like I can see why you use her. It's like maybe she could use a bit of a coin buff, but that's really all I can think of.
Yeah, I don't have too much experience with that ID, so I can't really tell you what is wrong with it. I know the healing is like kind of it's not really that good. That's the point of it. I can't really tell you about the Clash of game because I didn't use them that much. I didn't use either of the chefs that much.
Hardcore. Personally, immediately Honglu. The only ID that does not smile, which is crazy. Smiling. You can tell he's smiling.
Lord of Hongyun.
No, he has a secondary. Yeah, his other splash is like his first is like I'm thinking.
Okay, it's kind of like I guess. Yeah,
what a nice day. I shall now destroy the planets. But like Arco was like don't look at me. Don't look at me!
Hanglu,
Like,
on his meds, off his meds.
he is not having a good time in either of these. The only Hanglu, does it say anything about him not smiling? Not like, bro. Trivia, this is the only ID that does not smile. The only Hanglu ID that does not have a smiling portrait. Jeez. I feel bad for him, but too bad he's so good. Ishmael, my bias says that
hold
she's good
hold on. Hook Office.
Hook Office.
Is he smiling at Hook Office?
You can tell he's smiling.
You can't even tell.
You can't. Look at his eyes. Look at those eyes. Those are the eyes of someone that's smiling right now.
You could easily put like a standard blank face there. You know?
Okay, but riddle me this.
Like a Faust level face.
Would Isong ever not be smiling if he had the choice to?
Yeah, that's true.
Hell no. He's smiling in both of these. You can tell. Like even just in the eyes, like they're upturned. You're like, Yeah, he has a little greenie on his face. Like, yes, it's a nice day on the back streets. I shall now disembowel a fella. Ishmael. My bias says maybe not. Okay, my bias says good enough. Personally, because I wish there was like the excess charge you get in the encounters that you could like maybe turn a skill 2 into a skill 3. But like, aside from that, like you can use her. She can definitely do some damage. She might not do like the most damage known to man, and to get that damage, it takes like a bit of setup. But like, she's definitely good. I just wish that there's a way to like kind of reuse that skill 3 with that excess energy you get. Because more often than not, if it goes on for enough turns and you're not killing yourself, you're gonna have a lot of excess energy. Hardcore Heathcliff.
Good enough. It's not perfect because now we understand that bullet IDs can indeed reload if granted the ability.
And Arcorp,
he falls off hard with no bullets. But that does not take away from the fact that he was the damage king for the longest time.
True. And Arcorp Morceau? Ooh, Rose Banner as a whole. How do you? Okay, actually, let me get Rodian out of the way because she's good enough. But these two boys,
terrible. Rework.
Most definitely. He doesn't do much offensively or supportively to warrant all the effort that goes into charge. I'm not wasting a slot on a charge ID that does like a quarter of what any other reasonably good Tremor ID does on my team. And Gregor, well, he's kind of like sloshing, where it's like, well, he wants to do both, but he doesn't really do both either, particularly well. Like, you can certainly try, but it'll be like a struggle. Not really worth investing that much time into. Like, maybe if you're bored, yeah, go ahead, make it work. But like, any other average player, which is like 80% of the player base, I would say comfortably, shoot me on that if you disagree. Well, don't, but do. Get it? Yeah, you're just not gonna be using him more often than not. So he needs Rework as well to make him like a bit more cohesive. Maybe make him like just a straight raw damage ID, or maybe just have them both support Rodian in a way that's like, okay, if Rodian has skill 3 and you have the other two on the board, they all just jump a fella, and they all just use their skill 3s all at the same time. That would be really cool. Just to maul a single dude. I think that'd be pretty cool. But alas, these two suck, and Rodian's actually pretty good. 7 Association.
Faust is good enough. I think super solid actually. Her and Heathcliff are very good 7 IDs.
I love these two IDs. But I would say I would like to see Heathcliff kind of like get something similar to Endcliff, where it's like, if your teammates die, you kind of get like become cracked out of your minds. You get aspects of the other 7 association members put onto your kit. So like if there's X amount of 7 association members and 5 of them are dead, your ability 1 probably like hits a 3rd time, your ability 2 is unbreakable, your skill 3 does the same thing, where like on Clash Win you apply more rupture and you do more damage based on how much rupture, like stuff like that. I think it'd be pretty cool, but like his kit as it is right now is good. Like he does a really good job of carrying rupture for those who can't count.
Yeah.
Isong, I'm a 7 Isong defender personally. Even though he rolls like dog dung, bro, -2 clashing power, crazy. That's pretty damn good in my opinion. Plus he has.
Isn't that anytime he clashes or something? I don't remember.
That's a 4 gluttony resonance on
that's right, yeah.
On his field passive. Plus he has like a bunch of debuffs. Hey, that's pretty good. The only thing he's lacking is a way to proc weakness analyzed, and that's pretty much it.
I still feel like though that back then this is when rupture count and all that should have been important. This is not one of those IDs that like functions by himself. But it's not like he has anything that's like he doesn't really have any conditionals that's like, oh, if this thing has X amount of rupture, you know, become better.
Yeah.
It kind of does its own thing. And is a status specialist that applies random debuffs. Not random, but like an assortment of debuffs. That could work really anywhere.
Yeah. Very flexible ID. Otis, I don't have Otis, so you're gonna have to cook for me on that one, unfortunately.
So, the good thing about Otis, and this is really cool, is she has Yi Song's -2 Clash Power passive, but in all of her skills, it just happens whenever she does an attack. It's in any clash, it's -2 for the enemy. Solid Rupture, well, the number 2's Rupture count is...
It's +1. Skill 2 is +1.
It's +1, which is actually
1 is -1.
okay. In terms of Rupture, not the best, but everything else, I kind of feel like the ID itself, again, kind of feel like they should just bite the bullet and add a little Rupture count to some of these IDs. But I think the 7 association IDs are super cool, super solid. This one especially, I think is really good. Other than like, I guess low rolls. Yeah, kind of low rolls. But then again, like I said, old Rupture IDs had low rolls on purpose. That was the whole design philosophy behind it, was if they're going to have true damage, they need something to balance it. We're, you know, ignoring the fact that low Rupture count was also a balancing act that was put in place to keep them from snowballing. So yeah, if I had anything to complain about, it would just be low rolls. Super solid. I think that one's just good enough. I don't think it's perfect. I think it's just good enough.
And
Low numbers, good kit. Ryoshu, in spite of character, could use a rework.
She needs haste.
Status.
She needs haste.
Oh, she's so slow.
I think she's more like inconsistent. She rolls 3 to 7 if I'm correct. You know.
Is it, you said 1 through 7?
1 through 7. No, 3 through 7.
Oh, 3 through 7. I was about to say, what the fuck? I've never heard of 1 through 7.
Yeah, like just some turns she's just standing still, like, I don't care. Other turns she's just bouncing up the walls.
That's believable.
But nah, like I just think the only thing she needs is haste to make her like more consistent. If she's not gonna have the best coins and have her fragility be mostly same turn, give her haste so that she can at least be a bit more consistent in applying that stuff, and give her weakness analyzed as well, because like 7 association with no rupture or weakness analyzed is like, what are you doing, buddy? Slash blunts.
Yeah.
Slash blunts. Ryoshu. Slash blunts. She association? She association? Yeah. How do you feel about them boys? My take is like, I think Ishmael is good enough. Heathcliff could use a rework. Don Quixote. It's like maybe not. Maybe not. Like very strong, maybe not. She more leans to good enough, but like I'm more maybe not on that. No,
I see maybe not as well. Whoa, okay. We're getting a bit crazy here. Explain.
No, I'm bugging. I'm letting the tired speak to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Ishmael, she has the bonus critical damage.
Hey, a skill 3 rolls pretty high. That's kind of cool.
And she also has
was that 25?
Her HP. Don Quixote is more just like her skill 3 just rolls really high, and she has a lot of haste. Her other rolls are, she rolls a 10 on a skill 1, and I forgot what she rolls in a skill 2, but it's serviceable enough considering the conditions. And Heathcliff, well, he doesn't have that critical multiplier or a way to gain back the HP, so it's like you're not using Heathcliff more often than not. And Faust, well, I don't know, so I guess she'll be good enough right next to Ishmael. Got any thoughts on that?
Less than 25 heal, 100%. The heal's nice. Gotta be less than, she gets 4 poise count from skill 2. She gets poise from skill 1 at less than 50%. The skill applies an additional 3 poise. Yeah, I mean, assuming we're at a perfect, like, it's like the best case scenario where you are meeting the health conditionals. Ishmael is kind of cool, I guess. I wish she had more poise count. Maybe I'm being greedy here. Skill 2 gets 4. Gain 2 poise. Count. Well, you need 5. You need 5 poise count to get the extra critical damage from her skill 3. And that's assuming it actually does crit.
Yeah. You can make it work.
Yeah, multiple people have. It is regarded as the best She ID out of them all. I wish, this is a personal wishing, that it had more poise count to make it more consistent for less work. But yeah, I think it's good enough. If not, maybe not either or. Okay, now She Faust on the other hand. If we're talking about design and like what the kits bring, and if achieving what the kits have is realistic or not, I think She Faust is not good.
Whoa, what? Really?
Yeah.
Dang, you think she's like shitty already?
She's suffering from the same thing, the same problem that what's that shit called? Family Hierarch's ID was suffering from. The conditionals are all over the fucking place. And the conditionals take too long to actually proc. Like, by the time I've gotten all the conditionals for the optimal She Faust ability, skill 3 or whatever, I've already beaten the fight 3 times over. It's a lot.
It could use some trimming.
It's a lot, and getting it to work really well and getting the most out of the ID takes too long. Now, granted, if they can start making these fights longer, right, like in boss fights, you can do a lot with this character, I suppose. But outside of that, it's kind of like just takes too much time, too much setup, and not enough payout, I feel.
D-Corp, honestly, I'd say I think they're all perfect, in my very unhumble opinion. They're all pretty nice.
Oh no, I agree, and I'm not being biased.
Nice.
not biased at all.
Very little argument on that bad boy then.
It's my favorite.
No bias
favorite team
at all.
Let me think.
Why are you out of order?
I wish there was a more consistent way to slow them down. And that might sound weird, but the reason I say that is I find myself in situations, even when they get the bind debuff, that they are not the last or the second to last to attack. When I have a time setup going on, you know? So I apply the time mark and I want to pop it next turn. Ideally, the person you're going to pop it with should go last so that you can squeeze as much damage out as possible. But that's my only complaint, really. It is simply just the work of setting up the perfect time moratorium is like it's kind of rough. Archetypes.
It definitely has the most going on for it, like a lot of different ways to switch between the different tremor types and to cash out tremor like multiple times to like maximize your DPS output.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing is, it's not really the most. It doesn't have anything defensive going for it, really. At least from what I've seen.
I'm pretty sure Tremor has the most like hybrid IDs.
Yeah, like
the
most hybrids for good and for bad. Cough, sloshing.
Sure. Man, they really wanted Tremor Rupture to be a thing, bro. There's a lot of examples of that.
They tried so hard and got so far.
But in the end, it mattered because we wouldn't be here making this video.
True. Very true, actually.
Barbara
Otis, what do you think? Are you one of those people who think she's bad, or are you one of those people that see the light and think she's actually good?
She was bad when she first came out, but she didn't have enough. She didn't have any support. I think she's good enough.
Good enough. And then I'd
Yep.
assume that everybody else fall into perfect.
Yeah.
Good.
If we're talking
middle.
from a design standpoint, they are kind of forced to be on a group to get that perfect rating. Otherwise,
Yes.
like if they're talking by themselves, generally they'd all be good enough. Really,
But as a group, with the power of friendship.
as a group, they are perfect. Especially Rodion.
Oh yeah, Rodion does
Let's
pop off
see.
in the group.
The middle. Oof. Okay.
Again, one of my favorite IDs. I still think that Sinclair at best is like a maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
Marceau's
think,
also in that same ballpark. And
Don Quixote is good enough. Pretty sure Don Quixote works way better in terms of like the kid. Or do you really think it would? You would rather have the rework for her specifically?
look, if it were up to me, I would really like the middle to like have more family dynamics, if that makes sense.
True.
So like if X character gets hit by a unit, they would avenge each other pretty much, like hit for hit back. So if Don Quixote gets hit, the other two are gonna tag in and hit the same unit. If Sinclair gets hit, they're gonna tag in, hit the same unit, and at the same time, they're gonna kind of build those stacks up a bit quicker. Because Sinclair has a problem of not only not benefiting from Family Vengeance Mark, 6 to 3 turns if you're being optimal with it to build up his revenge stacks. But more often than not, you're gonna be taking like somewhere between like maybe 4 or 5 turns if you're really playing it well. And additionally, you can't really have all of them on the same team. Like the only reason you have all 3 of them on the same team is to just have envy resonance up more often than not.
Yeah.
Like, even then, you're probably dropping Don Quixote because like you have multi-crack over here, and you also have the Blood Fiends over here that also have pretty good envy skills. So you could drop Dawn, have these two, and have multi-crack, and you have a full team there, and then have a 6th member that just does whatever. 7th member that kind of just does whatever at that point. Maybe make it a She Association member. Who knows? Pop off. I don't care. But Dawn, she could definitely use a Rework or maybe a buff. The middle as a whole could use a bit of like a update, because I think there's like some missed potential there. But they don't have good bleed application, but they all have bleed coin conditionals. The middle as a whole has like issues with damage, and despite being like all about envy resonance, I don't know why their skill 3s respectfully don't just automatically added to like envy resonance. Like even though Don Quixote's skill 3 is Pride, and Marceau's is Wrath, how come they don't count as envy resonance? I don't know why I have to use a counter when I have those in the chain already. And they all also like get boosted by envy resonance. So like why not make them hybrid envy Wrath skills? Make that unique to...
That's the thing though. If you're running envy resonance anyway, right? Why would you not just run Don Quixote? I kind of feel like Don Quixote is actually stronger because of that, right? It is weird that her skill 3 is not envy off rip, but the fact that her counter is envy and turns into an envy skill 3 alone makes it incredibly good because of the fact that the middle works off of getting hit anyway. So we're not afraid to take hits. Don Quixote getting hit is fine. And envy damage up every time the enemy hits an ally, which would be, which could include Don Quixote, right, is very good. It's very strong. I don't think the Pride skill 3 is enough to have me really say that there's that much wrong with Don Quixote. I think if we had to look at any of the IDs, it would be the Marceau one, because the point of the skill 3 for him, he can't activate his skill 3 outside of just using it. And unfortunately, it is Wrath that gets stronger based on envy resonance. And to get the most out of it, you need 6 envy res, right? You need 6 envy res to get the most out of the skill that is Wrath. So that's what doesn't make sense. Whereas with Don Quixote, you have 2 skill 3s essentially. You just decide what Synaffinity you want it to be. If you don't mind using the Pride one, you can go for it. Early, like maybe early in the fight,
Draw out a skill 3, boom, bam, bop, big damage, you know? Or you need a clash, draw out the skill 3, easy. You don't need the clash, but you want the damage anyway, and you have all that beautiful envy lined up. Boom, pop her counter. She gets hit, gives her and whoever else is hit envy damage up next turn, and she uses her skill 3 as a response, and her skill 3 counts as envy, and she applies vengeance marks to the units that dealt the most skill damage to an ally. Like, all this stuff is kind of big, I think, with Dawn. But like when I look at Mersault, I feel like it's wasted because of the weird choice to not make his skill, to not allow him to use his skill 3 outside of just the skill, and to make the skill Wrath for whatever fucking reason. So, you know, I think he would be the odd one out. But that's how I see it, at least. That's just my opinion about it.
The reason I kept Mersault and like maybe not is like, for the most part, you're gonna be using him inside of a middle team, and the middle and envy resonance team. So like if you already have like, yeah, like his skill 3 being a Wrath skill is like really awkward, and him not being able to re-trigger it is with his defense is pretty like question mark ping. Coin drop and envy fragility is still really good, regardless.
That is true.
So it's like, yeah, maybe you could to keep him the same way, but at the same time, like, he should not be missing that skill, that defensive skill 3 usage. And I still think that like all the middle should like just have their skill 3s just count as envy skills by default. Irregardless.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Like if you're in the middle, like they should just work together by default. That should be one of their strengths. Because Sinclair is the only one that really carries like the entire middle thing. Because having +1 clashing power or coin power in Don Quixote's case for vengeance marks is like not the strongest effect. Like they could just have coin conditionals instead of having vengeance mark. It's like the same thing effectively.
Yeah. Alright, that's fair.
Actually, now that I say that, I guess they could all just like go into rework territory at that point, because like they kind of all have envy resonance as a whole has like issues that are hard to overcome. Like they could do multiple IPS, but then that 7 association, they could jump each other, but then that's like stepping on the toes of Beisho. They could maybe do a bit more bleed, but then you're kind of stepping over like some of the other bleed units. It's like they only have envy resonance going for them as like an identity, as a faction. I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So like they really do need like a not fundamental, but they do need a rework on how the kit works together and independently. That's for sure. Specwad, how do you feel? Because I think the only ID that needs rework is Ishmael. Because why are you doing one?
Yes. No. Fuck that. That ain't even what we're reworking.
Whoa.
Rework her goddamn passive, please.
Her passive. Oh yeah,
I get it's thematically. It is thematically correct. I understand it. Cool. I'm a lore nerd.
Isn't that what a burn is? Yeah, the burn's on her passive.
No, not that. Oh, my bad. Not her passive. I'm sorry. This is one of the very rare instances where we have an ID who has a different SP gain and loss mechanic.
Oh.
Her SP loss mechanic is atrocious. It is so stupid. Her sanity loss needs to be reworked. I do not like this. I think this is lame. You want to keep her losing sanity as a theme? That's fine. I think that is okay. But how harsh is it to lose 10 sanity? Oh no, not my bad. So yeah, it is this. It's to lose 5 sanity. Sorry, when an enemy whose level was higher than this unit is dead. Oh no! If it gets killed by an ally, that is higher level than her, right? She has to be the max level for her to avoid losing sanity.
Honestly,
I think that is so weird.
That is,
and it's so aggravating to mess around with. I love this ID. This is the first ID that I like
really, really worked towards because I thought it was the coolest idea in the game. It looks so fucking cool. I love Ishmael's Kanto. I love everything about this fucking idea. The captain hats and stuff like that. Captains in general are just so fucking cool.
Like the animations look really good. She got that.
The animations are fire, man. Also, the OG follow-up attack ID. Having follow-up attacks was so fun. Really cool.
And now there's a Lord of Honglu, and now it's like
now this is guaranteed.
I'm too far. Now you have a Lord of Honglu, and now it's like she's not so special anymore. The only thing that makes her different from Lord of Hongwon is like the fact that she has offense level up on and like she gives her teammates benefits as well. But like at that point, you might as well just use Heisho and use Lord of Hongwon. I know it's like it's less units to manage, but like it's effectively the same thing. Personally, if I had it my way, for starters, I would change this heat mechanic right here. Instead of making it to where you get like you inflict one burn, yes, the strongest burn known to mankind, you maybe like maybe make it like a permanent thing where like you apply it to yourself and then you apply it to your teammates, and then from there, no, you apply it to yourself, then you apply it to Pequod crew members, and then you apply it to your teammates. Instead of doing burn, you maybe do like get bonus critical damage, something like that. Cause that's pretty cool. That'd be a much more useful thing than just doing, oh, you get +1 burn. Congratulations, you do 1 burn damage at the end of the turn. Or better yet, just make her into like a 3-way ID where she does burn, poise, and bleed. But that'll be pretty difficult to manage because like the Ring did that and they were kind of like cracked out of their minds, so they had to get nerfed. Well, that's like an idea. Throw that into the air. But another thing that they could probably do is probably make like the SP gain a bit better, and then give her like a high SP mechanic where like she can just guarantee a headset for herself and maybe for her teammates as well.
That would be solid.
That would be a pretty cool idea. Because in the
story, if she loses SP, okay, fine.
But if she can guarantee headsets, if you manage it well enough, that would be a really good idea. Like if she like maybe you hit 55 SP and all of a sudden your team just goes crazy with the headset. Pequod Isong just ding 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 hitting multiple headsets, doing nutty damage with his skill 2. Pequod Heathcliff also doing nutty damage. Maybe getting like a rallying buff, like oh they can't lose SP for the turn, or oh they can't they do it. I don't know. I'm already losing ideas, but like it'll be a really cool idea. But like either way, no matter how we think about it, we can both agree that she does need a rework fundamentally. The other two, I think I would say they're good enough, personally. Well, okay, Isong is maybe not, because his poise generation is questionable without Ishmael, I'll say. And Heathcliff does roll a bit low on his abilities, so these two are aged.
Yeah.
Dang.
I think well, I mean, Heathcliff was on his own, sure. I'm pretty sure when he meets the MV Res conditionals, he's fine. Right?
Yeah, like his skill 3.
Alright, so that one lands it. Skill 2, skill 1 doesn't. Skill 2 is still solid. He's at 48, 12, 16, what was it, 16?
And he inflicts bleed count equal to like a third of the potency, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty sick.
He is missing HP regeneration, but you can fix that with ego. his poise generation is also maybe not the greatest, but you can also fix that with everything about Heathcliff. You can fix with ego and with some solid team building. He's alright, but like he could still maybe stand to change. Maybe like maybe add envy resonance to his skill 2.
Yeah, okay, that would be solid actually.
Yeah, that would be like probably like the only change that they would need to make on Heathcliff. But like even then, that's still like maybe not. And Isong, as I said before, his poise generation on his own is a bit questionable. I don't like having to rely on ego to make this guy serviceable in the slightest. Skill 3 only comes around so often, and skill 2 is inconsistent with the damage, to say the least, and it rolls pretty low. So I'll like both like coin buffs and poise uppage, but like at the same time in Mirror Dungeon he's like cracked out of his ass cheeks, so it's like, eh.
Yeah.
The ring, well, I think Isan's like good enough. I mean, his rolls are a bit dated, but his damage is still pretty good from when I've used him.
I disagree. I think he's still perfect. I don't think anything's really dated on him. I think he is still just a super all-around, very consistent ID that can be slotted onto any team and perform well because of it.
Okay, I'll just agree there. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get fucking slam dunked for that one in the comments. Now, what's unfortunate is that I can't really say the same about Ring Otis. I wish she was a bit better, because sometimes clashing with her is a pain in the ass. She does roll on the low, but she does have really good. She has really good bleed counts on her skill 2 though, which is crazy. But her skill 3 kind of blows, and her skill 1 also kind of blows.
Yeah, I was just about to say her skill 3 is kind of subpar. The only interesting part about her is the skill 2. That's really what you're going for.
Yeah.
Skill 2 usage. And unlike the Ring Song, who you're going for both 2 and 3. 3 for big damage, 2 also doing big damage, but you know, it's essentially if 2's not up, you go for 3. If 3's not up, you go for 2. For her, it's literally just try to use your 2 as much as possible.
Pretty much.
And your 3, you just use it because it's your biggest. It's a big clashing ability you just happen to have, you know?
Yeah, but honestly, as a ring idea, like she only does ring things in a passive in the skill 3, and she is more of a supportive unit. I'll give you that. Maybe they could like give her an interaction to where like if you recast it, you also apply like random effects on top of bleed. That'd be pretty cool, but I don't really think of anything else to add to her. I would say she's.
But then we're jumping into territory of Kim Ji-hoon yet again being afraid of creating a ring.
Oh, right. He closes his eyes and dreams of ring shape. Capos, I think are perfect as is.
Capos are fine. Fucking reloading.
Reloading what? You gonna say the N-word? Reloaders! I can't stand these reloaders!
Tired of them.
I wish they'd all go back to their gun country. Leave my land of no bullets.
It's my land. Us, you know, back in my day, us reloaders.
When I was us versus them, they got multiple maps, you just get the one.
We didn't like you reloaders. Now we gotta deal with you.
Now we gotta deal with
Sinclair's like referred to as like a mixed baby, you know. He's like, oh, he's one of the good ones.
You know what?
He's
Sinclair,
a reloader.
You're
somebody else.
You're good for a reloader, don't you think? You can read pretty well for a reloader. I still don't want you talking to my daughter though.
Sinclair, you're very well spoken. Oh man.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Tin Tiang. Tin Tiang. What do you think?
Good enough. This ID has maintained a very good spot for a very long time. Still a very useful ID somehow. I really thought this ID would have fallen off by now. It has not.
I would agree but disagree. I agree because like his coins do go kind of crazy, and he does have like some okay SP gain as well. But like headset conditionals, not the most fun to play around, especially even with the SP gain, like having that many headset conditionals, not too fun to play around.
True.
Plus, like the inconsistency of like hitting tails on the skill 3 and also like not having any sort of reliable bonus damage conditional. Even if you do hit tails or like fail to execute, is like not the most not the most fun. Like if you can get the ball rolling you're working with this ID at like 150%, but like if you can't, you kind of working at like 75%. If that like checks out. When the ball's rolling, it's really rolling, but when it's not, it's like,
yeah,
I could use a different ID.
But you know what's funny? I think, right, and as annoying as it is to deal with, that's the closest thing we'll get to a gambling ID ever.
Oh my gosh, I hate that you said that, and I hate that's correct.
That is the point. That is the whole point. It is a thematic ID.
Right, he's even gambling in his fucking in his car.
He's gambling. He is in the Ting Tang Casino. He is gambling it all away on heads, and that's it.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, now I feel like such a.
And at 45 sanity, I get it, right? That 5% to land tails can really
like
bite you in the ass, and it hurts like a bitch. But that's like regardless of what ID you're using. When you land tails, regardless of if you're playing this ID or not, it sucks. So I don't really count that as a complainable issue, you know, because that's just something all IDs have to deal with. This one, on the other hand, right, just it hurts a bit more. But like the fact that you are going to be landing heads for a majority of that means that those tails moments are super rare and won't really happen too often, right?
But when it does, you'll remember. You'll remember when you hear old tails.
Cool ID.
Cool ID, I will say. All right, Pirate Gregor. I'd say it's good enough. Good enough. W Corp.
All right, so Yi Song, good enough. Marceau needs a rework. Very much so. Faust needs a rework.
Wait, Song. Okay, wait, slow down. Is Song good enough? Faust needs a rework.
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm gonna have to slightly disagree with
you.
Or
a buff. A rework or a buff. I think the reason I say rework though is because for all sense and purposes, she's kind of been replaced. We have multi-crack. We don't really need this anymore. And what she does is outdated. The roles, everything.
That's true. I completely forgot about that.
You can rework her into something better, something more useful, right? Because she doesn't bring anything to the table for charge. Not even for herself.
She is only a debuffer after all. Yeah, she's really only a debuffer. She doesn't gain anything from charge barrier. Yeah, she could stand to be reworked. Maybe something like she applies like multiple instances of debuffs if she has like a certain amount of charge, or like if she has
that would be
shields.
Nice.
If she has a what's it called? If she has bubble, maybe she could like apply one this turn and the next turn, or apply it for 2 turns, like something like that. That could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, her rolls aren't really that great. Now that I think about it harder. Her rolls aren't that great. 12 rolling skill 1, that's alright. 16, that's standard.
And then she has a 15 rolling 3.
Yeah, that's not great.
And she gets Clash power up for having 5 charge.
If that was coin power, that'd be a slightly different story, but like coin power
yeah.
Yeesh. Yeah, that's difficult to work with. She overlaps with the other IDs, so yeah. Now they say a rework would be in order. Well, a rework would be beneficial. A number buff, you could get away with a number buff as well.
I think, because I'm trying to figure out, like, what does she serve? What purpose does this ID serve? If we were to number buff it, what purpose would it serve that multi-crack couldn't? And I guess the only thing would be the debuffs. The 3 paralyzed is really cool. 2 attack power down is really cool. But then you buff, like, the passive, you buff, like, the numbers a little bit, and it's like, does the 3 paralyzed, 2 attack power down really warrant using this over multi-crack? Yeah. When multi-crack basically ramps up throughout the entire fight, has incredibly good flashing numbers, and looks cooler? Just saying.
Hey, some people might disagree, but I'm with you there, to be honest. Like, 2 swords, cooler than 1, unfortunately.
2 swords cooler than 1.
Bro, not even 2 swords. They're slabs of metal. 2 big old slabs of metal with wires. Take my money, dude. And she got that shit on too. Yeesh.
You know, I'm starting to realize
that Faust has like a thing. I'm looking at her skill 3 animation for W core. She has a thing for sticking her sword in the ground. Right? Her base ego does that. The new ego she got from the event, she does that. Yep, her hex nail, she kind of does that, but with the enemy underneath you. She does that with Hey Shao. It's just a thing with her.
Bro, I'm telling you, when it comes full circle in our Kanto, we are going to be screaming our asses off because it will be the sickest thing known to mankind. Like, oh my god,
Faust is Angela.
She's putting the
Faust
sword in the
Angela.
ground! She's putting it in!
She's doing it!
She's putting it in! She's pulling a cock out!
Here's the botched prediction. She's Angela broken up into multiple parts or some shit like that. And she sticks the golden bow into the ground like she does the sword. And that does some like spooky dookie like light shit. And everything happens. I don't know. I have no idea.
Bro, I'm gonna hope that ages like fine wine. Oh my gosh.
If that does, that will be insane. They're gonna be like, there's a random idiot in this fucking tearless video just called it.
Like so many and I'm certain that like the entire build-up of a Kanto is just gonna be like on a gamble. She doesn't even know if it's gonna work. She'll be like, I know all answers except this one. Bing! And it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out.
Yeah. I guess she did learn how to gamble in
Kanto 2, Kanto 3, and Warp Train as well.
Actually, I don't think she gambled at all in Kanto 2 or 3.
Well, she did say that she has learned to accept the uncertainties or something like that in Kanto 2.
That is just her accepting what is like not known. That's not necessarily a gamble, because she's just not betting at all on it going one specific way, and then saying that she's okay with it failing or whatever the fuck, right? Because again, in Warp Train, that was the first time she would have been lost. She wouldn't have known what to do from that point. She would have been sitting there looking very confused.
She could have, but she gambled. She gambled. Gambling Faust?
Gambling Faust? Gambling Faust ID. We need that. Oh, well, she is kind of turning into a fucking delinquent. Yeah.
Bro, Merceau is gonna be Ace Detective, and Faust is just gonna be gambling. It's gonna be Kanto 2 all over again, except we gamble for real. Yo, that's gonna be
Faust
so
is
good.
Deteriorating.
Like Faust is gonna be like disconnected from the other Faust because she's like been banished into the other room, and she's gonna like she's gonna spend the entire Kanto doing calculations.
She's been kicked from the Discord server.
But then like last second she's gonna be like, fuck it, eyeball, bing, and then she's gonna like break out and it's gonna be like a whole sequence like, oh my gosh, she did the Faust thing, but without the Faust.
She's doing it.
She's doing it. She's pulling a. Oh my god, she's gonna be so cool.
Back to this. W core
Honglu. I think he's
numbers buff,
most definitely. Skill 2, skill 3 could use a bit more. Maybe damn, what was it called? Barrier?
More application of barrier will be nice. We have a bigger team. I think we can start pushing for more barrier application.
Yeah, more charge barrier.
We don't have 5 people on a team anymore. We are now up to 7 people.
More
7.
Barrier. Make it stronger. Make it do more things.
Give us more barrier. Don't let Heathcliff steal your thunder, Honglu. We don't need W core Heathcliff. Don't. Really mad they gave him a fucking. Oh, whatever. I'm just gonna get angry about it again. He has multi-cry. Why does he need W?
Ryoshu?
Oh, perfect. Yep, it's still to this day somehow such a super good ID. Perfect all around. Good clashing, good numbers, good mechanic, very consistent, very strong, good damage. Self-sufficient.
And what about Otis and Don Quixote? Because Otis, I think she's pretty good in my opinion. In fact, I think she's perfect.
I think
she fulfills the role pretty well.
Self-sufficient, a very good energy or what you call it, charge recycle on her skill 2. Ramps up really well. Skill 3 ramps really well. Good sin affinities. Feels her dimension shuttle. And yeah, I think that's just is pretty much all you really need. Don Quixote, I will be honest, I don't have as much experience with Don Quixote as I want.
Ooh, that means I can. Well, I'm too tired to really rant that hard, but if you want like my hottest take, okay, well, one of my hotter takes, I think Don Quixote, W Corp Don Quixote could stand to get like a bit of a rework, because like the coin power for her 3 is pretty damn good. Like getting +6, crazy, but also like being a rupt unit, so like kind of paying the price for being a rupt unit, not too great. I would prefer that they like replace the rupture with something else, like maybe make it to where it's just raw damage, like if you have, or maybe make Don Quixote like a potency, give her like charge potency and count at the same time. So like if you have X potency, do thing A, if you have X potency, do thing B, so on and so forth.
True.
Remove the rupture, because she's not going to interact with it anyways. It's kind of like just flavor text. That's not really necessary, because Rift Space already does a ton. And maybe you could do a bit more. Okay, well, that's being greedy, but...
yeah.
But, yeah, like, just remove the rupture, change it for something else. Aside from that, she's pretty much perfect. I think it's really cool to have her not only afflict rupture at a high speed, but also have Rift Space that gets +4 coin power.
Yeah, whoa, and like when the conditions are met, it's 19 skill 2. That's really good. What?
Really good.
And it's not hard to meet the conditions either. 1 skill 2 will match you the 8 that you need to be above the threshold to get the skill 2 buff. 1 skill 2 will put you at the threshold for skill 1 buff. And
that skill 1 and skill 2 will put you right at the threshold for Rip Space. Maybe a bit quicker if you have quick recharge. And
on top of that, it is super simple to get the Gloom Res with W Core. So W Core and multi-crack put together, you can get the Gloom Res. She can gain charge count by Gloom Res divided by 3. So she can potentially just have it after just 1 skill 2 use.
Maybe
she can have enough to feel everything.
Very good unit, just needs to remove rupture. But I'm pretty sure people are gonna like probably see this. They're gonna skip. They're gonna fast forward and be like, okay, what does a tier list look like? And see Don Quixote right here and be like, this guy, kill him, kill him, take the balls off. Like,
could use a rework.
Like maybe if you watch the the other 2 hours of the video, you probably see why he's in there. But yeah, Zwei, how are you feeling about Zwei? To me personally, I think the only unit that's good in Zwei is...
Rework all of them. Gregor's the only one that's good.
Yeah.
Put Gregor in there. Rework the other 3. Ishmael's perfect.
Ishmael's perfect. Yeah! Ishmael perfect. Yeah!
Fucking Rodeo. No way.
Red 2 clickbait.
That shit, hey. Let them skip ahead to this point, they're gonna be so confused.
They're gonna like skip ahead to like to the final tier list and be like, yo, what the hell? Why is Rodeo why is he down there? Zwei Ishmael again, Zwei West. Perfect? I'm saying she's perfect, personally.
Yeah.
And Sinclair's good enough. They're pretty much the same exact thing, except Sinclair has just less sauce in general. And Corp.
Alright, Encore.
Where do we begin? Let's start with She Who Grips Faust. For starters, her coins absolutely blow hot cock and balls. Whistles is great. It's the only thing that her whistles and defense are the only things that really keep her in line. It's pretty much. Getting 15
whistles
SP
and skill 2. Skill 2, whistles, and defense. Very good.
Not even skill 2, just gaze. Gaze in general. Gaze,
Yeah.
defense, and whistles. The only things that keep her like relevant. 15 SP for 2 allies? Crazy. Also applying Fnatic? Barely even keeping N-Corp in there, essentially. 14 rolling evade. Well, it's an evade, so it's gonna have universal usage. And you lose and the target loses SP. That's pretty damn good. The rolls on these skills really suck, except for the fact that Gaze is strong as hell. Take 20% damage from Blunt and Pierce. And he... Hold on, I didn't even know you get SP from this. Bro, that's how you know it's that good. I didn't even know you get SP. I just knew I like to do a lot
She
more
was
damage.
an SP battery, man. Like,
She's
so...
an SP beast. Too bad this rolls at what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 16. Well, 16 standard, but it doesn't have any conditionals. Okay, now that I think about it, again, tiredness, leave me for a moment. Skill 2 is actually pretty damn good. 5 nails on hit. Plus
very
base.
good.
This is incredible.
That is the move. That is the move, bro. She's gripping in the move. She's doing the thing. She's doing the thing her name's named after.
She's gripping
She's gripping.
She's firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it.
But yeah, skill 3, skill 1, that suck. Only one nail, even though it should be 2 nails. Yeah, that kind of blows.
Yeah.
It does roll pretty well, but it's a skill 1. 3, 6, 9, 10. That's a 10. That's an 11 rolling skill 1 plus offense level, if the difference is 3. And execution, well, you're never getting kill with this, ever. You're plus 70% damage for something that doesn't do that much damage in the first place. Well, instead of doing 20 damage, you're now doing 27, so nice. But the on-kill effects are really nice. I just wish it actually did some numbers. Plus the fact it rolls... Oh no, I thought this rolled like a 16. This rolled a 12 this whole time?
Apparently. Yikes.
Damn.
That makes so much sense now.
That makes a lot more sense. Damn.
Yeah, the
favorite
is
IDs.
so weird.
Rolls a 12. The first
I could use a numbers book. What? Rework?
Because if we're being real here, she's gonna need more things going on in her skill 3. Skill 2 is perfect as is. Skill 1 may need an adjustment, that's for sure. And skill 3 just needs more going on. Maybe like something to do with Fnatic, maybe something to do with Sinclair, something to do with the other N-Corp members.
True.
On top of whistles, because like at the minimum, her and Sinclair need like a dynamic. That 100%.
That is true. Other than just giving him Fnatic randomly, it could be a follow-up attack scenario.
Yeah, like if a target has gaze, Sinclair follows up with a skill 2, or if a target has gaze, Sinclair rolls like he's at negative 45 SP or something like that. Something cool like that.
Ooh, you know what would be good? And this might be a little redundant, but it could just be that Sinclair follows up with skill 1 on targets that have gaze at the end of the turn, right? Something like that would be solid, because then at least he could get, if he didn't get it from the passive, or you couldn't proc the passive with whistles, right? He could get Fnatic from the follow-up alone.
True.
And he could lose the sanity ahead of time.
That is true. That would be a pretty good buff.
That makes it so you don't have to waste the turn specifically to lose the sanity, so that you can be low enough. And if you didn't get it, let's say he rolled heads for that follow-up attack, you can try again with lower sanity. Something like that would be really sick.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. But even with that being said, ooh, I'll let
this
you cook.
thing, that ID I think is fine. It has been, it has been for the longest, the golden standard of what it means to be a negative point ID. However, the unnecessary burn is so fucking random.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't know why he has it. Thematically, I get it. I fucking get it. Thematic. Fucking, canonical. Nice. Wow. But, when we're talking about gameplay, we're talking about how this fits into the game. What the absolute fuck am I supposed to do with the burn? Do I put him on a burn team? If I do, what is the point when I could have Philip?
Exactly.
I don't have Philip. Okay. I have Capo. Now what? Like, there's... I understand it. This is just... That's just what it was back then, right? I get it. But, if they had to do something, they would have to get rid of that burn and make it make sense. Add something else.
Maybe you could rework him and give him a dynamic between him and Faust. Yeah, this is good. This is just like the part where I just systematically put every single N-Corp ID in here. Cause like, cause honestly, the fact he doesn't have the dynamic with Faust is a crime. Cause in lore, it's just like, yeah, Faust kind of like groomed him, and now he's part of the clan.
Honestly, yeah, that is true. For lack of a better term, she groomed him into this creature.
Yeah, he groomed him pretty good. LOL, get groomed.
Nothing. And then nothing came of it. It's just him having big damage and being by himself.
He pretty much gets away with all this just by being just by having a lot of raw damage. But the burns are necessary. He doesn't do much with bleed. I'll replace all this with nails, to be honest. Okay, well, skill 1, give it like a bleed conditional. Skill 2, give it bleed and nails conditional. Skill 3, fanatic, nails, and bleed. And then in
passive, come to think of it, why does he not interact with nails?
That's what I'm saying. He has pretty much a big ass hammer essentially. If he's doing blunt damage, he's not even swinging it. He's not even swinging it axe style. He's just like, yeah, just
swinging
dude.
The back of it. I mean, well, that attack he does kind of swing it. But yeah, he hits his ceiling. He's hitting you with the side of it. He's hitting you with the back of it. He's hitting you with the actual axe side of it sometimes. But he's kind of using it entirely. You know, like he's using it to his to the fullest.
He got the whole.
Like he would hit you with the actual handle if he could.
Rhodia, it's a shame she
Rework everyone.
More nails. The fact that Rhodia does not afflict more nails is like, if you're the most fanatical ID, the most fanatical N-Corp ID, right behind Sinclair and Faust, why did not inflict nails? If target has nails, inflict 1 nails. If target has nails, inflict 1 nails. Wow, that's crazy. 1 nail. So like she doesn't have nails. She barely has any support. She's supposed to be a damage ID, but she barely has any damage. Rolls aren't that great. Skill 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's 11. You're supposed to win this, but like this is 6, 8, 12. Piss. And then this is supposed to be like your big damage, like if you have a whole team of fanatics, and if you have fanatic, you do more damage. So this is like 20%, 50% extra damage if you like have all your conditionals met, but like an extra 50% of 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 damage. Congratulations, you just died because next turn you got one-shotted. She also needs a rework. She needs to either lean more into damage, like having a bunch of nails conditionals that let her do more damage, or having her have fanatic interactions, or better yet, just make her a bleed ID and give her like conditionals that like reward her for being both around N-Corp fanatics and for bleeding people out. Like the idea for Kit is pretty good, but like the fact she doesn't execute that stuff well is unfortunate. She needs a rework.
I kind of feel like all 3 of the remaining ones definitely need reworks, especially Marceau. God.
I know people will fight tooth and nail about Marceau and Heathcliff, saying, "Oh, but coin drop. Oh, but protection," or something like that. I don't know what people say about Marceau because he's so irrelevant. But like, you need to even look at them. Marceau does not inflict nails. He has fanatic, but he doesn't get any sort of he gets very little from Fnatic. He randomly inflicts binds. He could be a debuffer off of nails, a tank and a debuffer off of nails, a tank debuffer that turns into a tank debuffer plus bruiser once he meets some conditionals. That could be a pretty cool idea. He heals off of nails and damage dealt on his 3, so he has some pretty solid sustain. Well, at least he has a pretty solid idea of sustain in his kit. But like, the game has gone on for so long that like, he's pretty much creeped out slowly. If you're using him, you probably really like how the ID looks, or you just don't have many other options. Similar case with like Heathcliff. He could definitely stand. Okay, well Heathcliff, he probably don't need like a rework. He probably needs like a numbers change, because like, now that I think about it, they could change his skill 3. They're doing extra damage. But hey, coin plus drop is pretty good, regardless. Heathcliff is a bit of a more difficult situation now that I think about it. Could use a number buff, could use a rework. He floats. He gets lucky. He floats in between these two.
Yeah.
And Don Quixote, give him an execute on nails conditional, and let him reuse that. Let him reuse skill 2, because he's clearly not a tank. He has aspects of.
Hey, I just realized. Are you saying he for Don Quixote?
I'm saying Don Quixote, and at this point.
I was like, who's he? What do you mean?
Sorry, I'm losing my words.
I can tell. I was like,
oh,
there was a he Don Quixote, but he's kind of gone. that's not the same person.
Oh yes, he Don Quixote. But like, yeah, the rolls aren't that great. Enactments could use like scaling damage on nails, and the fact that she's a tremor unit, like not a tremor bleed, something that we don't. Well,
we see it in Harryoshu, fucking Blimmer.
But she would definitely need like a coin buff at the very least. A change to her skill 2. Let this bonus damage scale up more, and let it scale up earlier. Because 5+ nails is a bit of an ask, I will say. Change this part of her skill to something useful. I don't know. I'm not gonna think of anything right now. And yeah, that's about it. Essentially, most of Ancorp needs a rework, except Heathcliff. He needs a number buff. He needs number buffs. But
this is solid.
It's a solid. One last question though, because I will definitely use a PNG for like when you speak, or something like that. I don't know if you've seen like my previous videos, but I use Klee from Genshin Impact, and I know no one's gonna see this, but I have never played Genshin. I have never played Genshin.
Oh,
I think Klee is so damn cute, dude. Klee is so cute.
Hey, that game's bad. It's okay.
Well, someone was in the comments was like, "Oh, well, no wonder his opinions are so bad. He's a Genshin player." But I was like, little did they know I played Genshin for a whopping 10 minutes in class, and after that, I immediately uninstalled it. I was like, yeah, this is ass. And that was on release. I dodged a nuke that day. I dodged a tactical nuke. But like when Klee released and like a few other characters released, I was like, okay, they're pretty cute, I will say. But Klee is just my personal favorite because like she's adorable. No tech tone. I just like look. I just like how Klee looks.
Crazy. Why you say that about tech tone?
No tech tone. I really like how Klee looks. I like how she's cute. I think her attacks are cute. And I thought like the picture of Klee holding a rocket launcher and a gun was funny as hell. So I was like,
funny,
yeah, that's gonna be my profile picture. But yeah, what type of like PNG or like image would you like, or do you just not want to give you?
Typically I do not mind, but if I had to make a request, just make me fishmail.
yeah, you got it. That's actually gold. Okay. Do you have anything to say to the viewers who possibly made it this far?
for legal reasons, I have to say, don't take anything I say as law. I am not a I'm not a financial advisor. Therefore, any opinions I had that might be totally fucking just out there or random are definitely just my opinion at the end of the day. In all honesty, when it comes to the nerfing and or the adjustments of IDs, I feel as though a lot of adjustments can be made to make certain older IDs more playable or more interesting to interact with. But that's not to say that even the ones that we think need to be reworked or the ones that aren't really up there that we think are that great, that's not to say that they're terrible. Some are. Some just are
Some
objectively
are pretty bad
really fucking terrible. Like, I love you, Kim Ji-hoon, but like some of these it seems like you were really tired when you made this, and you just threw some shit together, and it was you called it a fucking day. But anyway, I digress. This is mainly for fun. Like I said, I don't have experience with all the IDs. The ones that I speak on and on about, I yap a lot. The ones that I yap about are the ones that I definitely have put time into or have looked at and thought about it and was like, this is what I would do different to make it more enjoyable. And I like to try to keep it fair. Even the IDs I really enjoy playing, that are really, really fun to interact with, like the Heishao and Himlu, I think they are not above criticism. And as fun as these IDs are, and as cool as these IDs are, I think there needs to be a good balance of fun, strength, and weakness. I think the weakness is important, and I think having IDs with weaknesses allows other IDs to fill in the blank and to improve those weaknesses and shine. So, when you have some of these IDs that are indeed perfect, they don't really have weaknesses, I feel like it's fair to point those out every now and then. That doesn't mean I hate them. Doesn't mean I hate the ones that aren't in the perfect list. Just means that, I think that certain things should be changed or looked at or paid attention to make it more enjoyable for everyone. And, that's my TED Talk. That's about it. Yeah.
Alright, I think I'll cut the recording here.
Yeah.